how we all doing? Welcome back to Premier League Dad. My name is Key and we are live for a big Monday night football. Come on the Ev! Come on Everton! Oh, I still feel awful saying it as a red, but come on Everton, we need the Ev to get a win tonight. Or at the very least a point. Anything, just get us something, anything. They've got to get a result against United tonight. We can't be having United winning tonight. Come on Everton! Feel pig sick saying that. How we all doing? Good to see you all. Can see in the chat we've got loads going on. Shell, good to see you. Shell's very excited. Blue Nose Shell. Ryan, how's it going? Jake, lovely to see you. Where are we up to? Sarah, good to see you, Sarah. It's Kai, says Everton to win 3-1 tonight. Rory, who do you want to win, mate? Definitely Everton to win tonight. Got to be an Everton win tonight. Has to be. Can't be having United winning. I hate this. I hate saying it, but it's got to be. We've got to say, come on Everton tonight. Monday night football at the Hill Dickinson. It's brilliant stuff. Jabber, hi Key and chat, up the Toffees. Up the Toffees. The blue light's on behind me. Up the Toffees. Air Force One says, what we saying? Ryan, I heard the news, Key, that the former West Ham manager Graham Potter has been linked with the Celtic job. Do we think Celtic will take Graham Potter? I don't know. Not sure if that's his thing. Ogpos, who do you support? I'm a Liverpool fan, mate. Monday night football, the Hill Dickinson. What we saying? Will I be live on Saturday at 3 o'clock for the West Ham game? Yes. I'm live on Saturday, 3 p.m. for Liverpool, West Ham. And then straight after that for Manchester City away at Leeds. So we'll be doing both of those games. But yeah, looking forward to another big week of football. Listen, it's Monday, start of a new week. We're live every day. That's what we do on this channel. We're live every single day. And we will, I am sure, get a good game tonight. Let's see. Well, Mackenzie, genuinely think you've had the best couple of days for views. Every time I come in, it's been like 100 plus viewers. I don't know about that. It's been good, but it's enjoyable. It's all good fun. Thousands of blues making their way to the ground, travelling with nothing but hope. And Lucas says, as a Wolves fan, I think we stay up. Do you think? I don't think so. No, I can't see Wolves staying up, sadly. Jabba says, Garner at right back. Why can't we play our actual right back in Patterson? He's not got a lot of faith in Patterson, has he? He's not got a lot of faith in him, David Moyes. Support your local Tranmere, Liverpool Wool. Tranmere's not my local. No, Tranmere's not my local. Adam, Wolves are long gone, sadly. I think so too, mate. I think so too. But I thought while we're nice and early, because they're doing Monday night football here, Edwin van der Sar is having a little chinwag, a little chat with Jamie Carragher. I thought we'd get a nice early quiz in. Or a couple of nice early quizzes in if people want to do them. We can have a couple of quiz questions going. If people want to do them, if people fancy it. I thought we would go with... Can you name me 18... There's 18 players who've played for both Everton and Manchester United. Get your answers in the chat. Everton and Manchester United have had 18 players who've played for them, both teams, in the Premier League era. Who are those 18 players? Who are those 18 players? Fellaini, says Louis. Yeah, Carl, Donny van der Beek. Yeah, Donny van der Beek's right. Fellaini's right. G. Lawrence, Tim Howard, of course. Yeah, Tim Howard. Martin, love the new background, Key. Cheers, mate. Thank you. Donny van der Beek, Fellaini. Wayne Rooney, of course. Yeah, Wayne Rooney. Any others? Phil Neville. Yeah, Louis Saha. Good answer. James Garner, of course. Yeah. James Garner playing tonight, of course. Romelu Lukaku, yes. Big Rom. What a player he was at his best. Tim Howard we've got. Yeah, we've got Donny van der Beek, Fellaini, Garner, Howard, Saha, Rooney, Neville and Lukaku so far. Keep them coming. Who else? Give me the names. There's 18 players who have played for both Manchester United and Everton in the Premier League era. Get your answers in. Michael Keane, of course, Shell. Good answer. Blue nose Shell, straight in. Love that. Well done, Shell. Lukaku, we've already got. There's one who only left Everton last year. Literally left Everton last year. Come on, you got to do better than this. Got to do better than this. Ashley Young, there you go. Bird poo in the mouth, Ashley Young. We've got Ashley Young. Yeah, we've got Neville. Schneiderlin. He was dreadful, wasn't he? Morgan Schneiderlin. Absolutely appalling player. But Morgan Schneiderlin, I reckon that Rooney did. Good lad, pride of Merseyside. Yeah, we've got Young, Schneiderlin, Sahar, Rooney, Neville, Lukaku, Michael Keane, Tim Howard, James Garner, Fellaini and Van der Beek. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more. 7 more to get. Darren Gibson, good answer. Darren Gibson, yeah, very good answer. Fellaini we've already got. Keep them coming. Any more answers? Any more? Wallance and Thala says Man United to win. Get your predictions in the chat as well. We'll go through them in just a second. I really think there's a good chance that we can get an Everton win here. Don't know why. I'm feeling positive about an Everton win. Josh King, forgotten potential. Yeah, Josh King. Norwegian centre-forward, Josh King. There's still some more to get. So you've got Josh King, Keane, Lukaku, Neville, Rooney, Sahar, Schneiderlin, Young, Howard, Gibson, Garner, Fellaini, Van der Beek. There's one who was a Champions League winner in '99 with Manchester United. There's another one who's been a Premier League manager. Mark Hughes, there he is, Sparky. Mark Sparky Hughes. Tom Cleverley, we've already got. Oh, no, we've not already got him. I tell a lie. Well done. Good answer. Tom Cleverley. Well done, Clarky. Kanchelskis. I'm surprised nobody got Kanchelskis. Andrei Kanchelskis was a hell of a player, wasn't he? Fabulous player. You've got 1 more to get. 2 more to get. To be honest, one of them's really difficult to get, but one of them was a Champions League winner in '99. In fact, I think he was in the starting lineup in '99 for the treble-winning side of Manchester United. Duncan Ferguson never played for Manchester United, no. Not David Moyes, no. Pride of Merseyside, mate, I hate these 2 clubs, and you want me to know this off the top of my head? Come on, it keeps the brain active. Come on. As you're getting older, you've got to keep your brain active. Some people do Sudokus, some people do brain puzzles and jigsaws. We do half-time and pre-game quizzes. Come on, keep your brain active. Sheringham never played for Everton. Phil Neville we've got. Mark Hughes we've got. Blomqvist, good lad Dano. Great answer Dano. Jesper Blomqvist, yeah. You've got 1 left to get. I'll be honest, I don't think you'll get him. It was John O'Kane. So that was the only one left. There was 18 players who've played for both Everton and Man United in the Premier League era. The final one was John O'Kane. I'll be honest, he played a couple of times for each of them. He came through the United Academy. Didn't really do an awful much for them. But then he played for Everton very, very briefly. So there you go. That is your 18 players who've played for both Everton and Man United. We've got another quiz coming up before the game, as well as some during the half-time interval. But we'll be talking about the game as well. Let's get your predictions in. What are you actually thinking for tonight? Because it feels like this one's a bit of a mixed bag. Feels like a lot of people are still, I don't know, a little bit unsure. Is it just me? I feel really unsure on this one. I don't know whether it could be a Everton win, whether it could be a high goal scoring 2-2. I don't really know what to expect. It could. I mean, I predicted 0-0 in the Premier League preview show, as we do every week, every Thursday, Friday. I do a preview of the Premier League game week fixtures that particular game week, and I said Everton 0, United 0. I thought it'd be a dull, drab 0-0. Now, I got Liverpool right. I got Liverpool 1-0. I thought that would be a tight and tense one. But I think this one's going to be 0-0. Again, tight, tense, not really any goals in it. But as the night's gone on, I've maybe just changed my opinion on it. Daz says 2-2. Everton 2-1, Reggie. Good to see you, Reggie. Nikato says 4-0 in favour of United. Where's Julius? We need to open a dialogue. I'm sure Julius, the Spurs fan, will be in before long, I'm sure. Blake says Everton go level on points with Brentford in 7th if they win. Do we think that's possible? Like Europe, I mean, not that they could win. Do we think that Everton can seriously contend for Europe? I keep hearing it. I'm getting mixed messages from Evertonians who are like, yeah, we could defo make Europe. Yeah, of course we can. And then they have a disappointing game and we're like, what do you think? Are you still fancying Europe? Not in like a patronising, horrible way, but do you still think this is possible? And they're like, no, definitely not. We're never getting close to Europe. So I've had a real mixed bag off Everton fans in the chat. What are we saying? Rasta Veldadon, our favourite Arsenal fan, or second. Well, we've got a lot of good Arsenal fans in the chat. Sorry, Rasta's our oracle who predicts everything. But Rasta says 3-0 to the Everton tonight. Good lad. If Rasta's saying 3-0 to Everton, then I am on board with that. Pride of Merseyside says Everton need a home win, desperately key. So I'm going 2-1 the Ev. Everton have, is it 1 win in 8 at home? I think it's 1 win in 8 at the Hill Deco. Struggling here. Very much struggling. Everton are getting Conference League, says Stoyan. And Ian says, considering how bad their home form, they are doing pretty well to be where they are. That's, again, true enough. It's not head patting. It's not patronising. I am absolutely in agreement that I think Everton's away form has been sensational. Some of the big away wins, and they've done well at Old Trafford, of course. 10 men against United. Fabulous win. Going to Villa Park and winning. Done really well. They were really unlucky as well at City. Still got to go to Arsenal, of course. There's a really, really big... can't remember how they did in the Merseyside derby. But no, listen. I think Everton will do all right tonight. I think they've got a real chance of maybe beating United, but at the very least, I'll back them to get a point. Please. Come on, Everton. Jabba says home form is 4 wins, 4 draws, 5 losses. It's not European form, that is it. It's not exactly Fortress Hill Dickinson, is it, Jabba? Shell says, I've gone 1-0 on my Everton app predictor with Keenan Dewsbury Hall to score. Well, hey, let's have a little look at the lineups, because I've still not had a look at the lineups just yet. Let's have a look at the lineups. J.R. Sumner, would you rather Arsenal or United win the league? Arsenal every day of the week. That's not even a question. Arsenal every day of the week. I'd love Arsenal to win the league over United. Anyone? Mr. C, go on, you big cop-ite. What's your prediction for this game? Oh, I'm on the fence. I said 0-0 before the weekend started, but after all of the results that's gone on, I just can't help but thinking Everton can get something and win and go and get the win. I really want Everton to win tonight. Please, come on, Liev. I feel dirty and grubby saying it, but come on, Liev. Come on. And you know what? There's a part of Evertonian fans who they'll hate seeing a cop-ite cheering them on tonight. They'll absolutely hate it. 2-1 Everton, says Mr. C, and 2-1 United, says Ian. Yeah, I think it's more likely, and it's sadly. Effie the Great says Everton 3-0. Jake, I can't believe I'm saying this, but come on the blue shades. Pride of Merseyside, didn't expect Everton to get this much backing tonight, to be honest. It's honestly, I just feel like as the weekends progress, this is the final game of this game week, this fixture round, and given that Chelsea dropped points and Villa dropped points, Liverpool came very close to dropping points. Just feels like it's so tense, that battle for top 4, top 5. And I think United are going to as well. I can't help but think that's what's going to happen. Delay the game till Grealish is back. And Adam says, what's happening with Unai Emery? He was giving it large not too long ago. Nah, Unai Emery's a fabulous manager. But I think Villa have just hit that little road bump that all sides do in that second half of the season. They're heading into March. Last international break. It's just getting into that little where the players are starting to get injured, legs are getting really tired, Europe's starting to get into the squad. I think they start to focus more on the Europa League as the season goes on. Reggie, the whole chat is rooting for Everton, it seems. Make a nice change that. We're all united. Well, not that united, but yeah, we're all united for Everton tonight, aren't we? Let's all sing a little bit of Get Down to Goodison Park. Pride. What's it called again? How's that gone out my head? Oh, What's it called? What's the song they all sing? Get down to Goodison Park. Spirit of the Blues, that's the one. Do you think Everton win? Do I think Everton win? I'd like to, but I don't. I'm not sure. I'm predicting a red card tonight, says Ian. Toffees says Man United 2, Everton 1, and Finners Matty, what are you watching tomorrow? Tomorrow we're doing Bodo Glimt. Inter Milan v Bodo Glimt in the Champions League. Inter are 3-1 down from the first leg in Norway, back at the San Siro. That's going to be massive. Wednesday night we're doing Benfica in Madrid. Obviously, forget the whole Vinicius Prestiani thing. I mean, but Prestiani's been suspended today as well. I want to get your thoughts on that. What do we think about Prestiani's suspension? How do we feel about that in terms of how maybe does that affect the second leg? Does that... Obviously, Mourinho's not speaking to the press. Mourinho's not even he's not on the touchline. He's in the stands for the game, isn't he? So, Benfica having beaten Real Madrid 4-2 not that long ago, is there a chance they could knock them out at the Bernabeu? Real Madrid have already been beaten by Osasuna last week. They lost to Albacete in the Cup, of course. Not great form, Madrid. There's every chance that Real Madrid get knocked out of Europe. Bodo Glimt to win the Champions League. You heard it here first. And Charlie, we think Liverpool playing in the Conference League is best for the Prem. Okay. Spirit of the Blues is sung by the same singer who sang the theme to Auf Wiedersehen Pet. Really? Can't say I'm familiar with the theme to Auf Wiedersehen Pet. I know Jimmy Nail was in it, but that's all I really know about it. Mourinho in the stands is dangerous. He's won there before. King Sloth, can you at least look a bit happy every time we score and then win, please, Key? Who's we? Who are we on about here? Jake says, right, that's it. I'm unsubscribing. What was the song Spirit of the Blues? We never shone so brightly. Real Life says, Key supporting Everton. What did I click into? Listen, needs must. Needs must. We are in a competition with United for the top 5. So anyone who takes points off United is all right with me. Everton, I feel grubby, I feel dirty saying it, but come on, Everton, it has to be said. Ethan says, I think it's first suspension for Prestiani, to be honest. And Ryan says, I think Jose Mourinho should leave Benfica after what he said. Okay, fair enough. Adam says, think Benfica turn Madrid over Wednesday night. Just have one of those feelings. Well, hey, let's see. So, we have got 25 minutes to kick off. Let's do the lineups, because the lineups are out now. It's an odd-looking lineup for Everton, I've got to say. It already feels a little bit disjointed. So, Pickford in goal, Garner at right-back, no Patterson. A few Everton fans are already questioning why Nathan Patterson, their actual right-back, is not at right-back. And they've got Jimmy Garner's at right-back. Odd one, but there you go. Tarkowski and Michael Keane at centre-back. And Jared Branthwaite at left-back. Mikalenko, their actual left-back, is on the bench. So, Everton have got 2 full-backs actually on the bench in Patterson and Mikalenko. They're playing centre-backs, a centre-back and a midfielder at full-back. He's taking... David Moyes is taking a leaf out of Arne Slot's book. Midfield, I'm not keen on that Everton midfield. Idrissa Gueye, Irabunum and Dewsbury Hall with Harrison Armstrong, Illiman and Dye, and then Tierno Barry. I've just lost a little bit of excitement for this game. I already feel like it's just ebbing away from Everton with that lineup, I've got to say. Manchester United's lineup is Lamans in goal, Luke Shaw, Maguire, Yoro and Dalot. Yoro's at centre-back, so maybe that gives Everton a little bit of hope. Menu, Casemiro, Fernandes midfield, Cunha off the left, Diallo off the right, and Mbeumo through the middle. That's going to be a really, really good United side, I think. On the bench, they've got Heaven, Fletcher, Malacia, Mazraoui, Morehouse. Jay Morehouse? Is that Justin Morehouse? No way. Shia Khan off Phoenix Knights. Sesko, Agate and Xerxes on the bench as well. For Everton, it's Beto, Coleman, Dibbling, Tyreek George, Evil Saka, they call him allegedly. McNeil, Mikalenko, Patterson and Merlin Roll complete the bench for Everton. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not amazed with that lineup. I've got to be honest. I'm not loving that lineup. The O'Brien guy is a defensive liability. Jake O'Brien's a big loss. He's suspended for tonight. Sarah says, South London forever since you guys weren't originally from South London. Or North London, sorry. Jabber says, I don't like our lineup. Garner should always be in midfield. Not a problem for me with a Branthwaite on the left, but Keane instead of O'Brien. No, O'Brien's suspended, isn't he? He's not on the bench. I'm sure O'Brien's suspended. Didn't he get sent off last game? Yeah. O'Brien's suspended, so it has to be. Absolutely has to be Michael Keane in there. No Flandern forever, says Colm. Christine Howard, what team do you think scores first? I'd like to say Everton, and then they've got something to hang on to. But I think we're far more... I actually think whoever scores first... I've got a horrible... I was hoping there would be like a 2-2, but I just think the more the game is going on, or the more the weekend has gone on, I feel like it's going to be maybe a one goal decides it. Maybe United. I don't know. I'm so nervous. I'm so nervous. Joe says, Jesus Christ, Key, that live last night gave me a headache. And fun fact, United have never won with Yoro starting. Surely that's not true. Is that actually true? United have never won a game with Yoro starting. I can't believe that. There's no way they've not picked that up. Moyes is going mad. Wish Everton could bring back the burglar batterer for tonight. Yeah. Do you think United get Champions League next season, says Christine? Not for me. Not for me. Yolson, who do you hate more between United and Everton? It's very, very close. I'll be honest, it's very close. I can't really pick between the two. I guess United would be just ahead, just by virtue of the fact they tortured me by winning loads of stuff when I was, a lot younger growing up. My formative years as a football fan. So Everton, I don't like Everton. I've got a rivalry with Everton. A lot of my family are Evertonians. My granddad was a Blue. So I've got Evertonian blood in the family, let's say. I was always going to be a Red because of my dad. But I think it would be United, then just below Everton, and then Chelsea, like quite a bit below. But Chelsea's like a distant third in the hatred stakes. Real Life says, Key, can you rank Szoboszlai, Caicedo, Zubamendi, and Price for me? Just curious. Price? Are we on about Isaac Price from West Brom? Or is that a typo and you meant to say Rice? Maybe it's Rice. I don't know. Isaac Price is very good. He's a cracking player, like. Szoboszlai, Caicedo, Zubamendi, and Rice. Let's say it's Rice. I would say... personally, for what Liverpool play like, in terms of who I would rather have in my Liverpool side, it would be Szoboszlai, Rice, Caicedo, Zubamendi. Yeah. But I think Rice is a better midfielder than Szoboszlai. But for what Liverpool need, I think Szoboszlai is better. Just because I think Szoboszlai can do a bit of everything. You can put him anywhere, he'll do a 7 or 8 out of 10 minimum. I'm not sure Declan Rice can do that. He's a very, very good... Probably one of the best, if not the best midfielder in the Prem, though, Rice. Rice, Caicedo, Sobo, Zubi. I can live with that. Yeah, it's not much in it. There's not much in it. Blake, can you give us an insight to the temperament of the typical Evertonian? Shouts at corner flags. Yeah, screams. Bloody absolutely screams. Dribbling, screaming, so angry at corner flags for waving in the wind. That's your average Evertonian in my experience. No, listen, Evertonians are just people like you and I, but they've just been tortured souls. There's a lot of people who would say Everton are a social experiment to see how much a football fan can tolerate. Because they've had it rough, haven't they? They've had it rough. And they've also been teased a little bit, Evertonians, in my lifetime with, let's get them nice, shiny new owners, right? Let's get them new owners who come in and promise they're going to spend millions to get them in the Champions League, right? Like, Bill Kenwright, God rest his soul, Bill Kenwright saying to David, it was Martinez, wasn't it? Bobby Martinez. When I spoke to Roberto, the first thing he said to me was, I'll get you in the Champions League. Stuff like that. And now they've got a lovely, shiny new stadium, but they've had to appoint David Moyes, a manager who they took the mick out of for many, many years. He's come in and saved them, ironically. It's so mad. It's just it's a really horrible, ironic twist of events for Everton. And they're a really good club. I have such a, empathy with them in many ways. But, they are such a good... Hey, speaking of, here he is, Bobby Martinez. Everton, Man United, Roberto, Bobby Brown shoes. King Sloth, everyone screams at corner flags because Arsenal spend most of their time there. And what are we saying? Alex, would you rather get tortured or watch Arsenal win the quadruple? I'd rather Arsenal win the quadruple. Brady, evening key, my friend. Hope you're doing well this evening. I'm doing very well, sir. Tukwasi Bell, how's it going? Where are we up to? Connor says, haven't tuned into the live for a few days and already got a new background. When did this happen? Looks good, though. Yeah, new background. I can change the colour. Tonight it's blue. It's a royal blue because of Everton's our team tonight as far as we're concerned. Mike says, do you think Tottenham are going to end in a relegation battle? I just see a big downward spiral for them. Oh, sorry, Mikkel. Apologies, I called you Mike. Mikkel Hansen. No, I don't see Tottenham in a relegation battle at all. I think we'll all look back on this with... There's a lot of people clutching at straws. They've got a lot of very, very talented players, Tottenham. I think the phrase too good to go down does apply in this circumstance. Tottenham aren't going down. They're not going down. Johnson Oscar says Man U to win this one 2-1. And Reggie says, who was the burglar batterer? Duncan Ferguson. Yeah, Duncan Ferguson, known as the burglar batterer. That's the first time I've heard that phrase. But because someone broke into his house and he literally beat 7 shades of shit out of him. And he got done for assault, didn't he? For that reason, I'm sure he did. He got done for assault for beating a burglar up. But fair play to him. Love it. What are we saying? Sorry, Tommy, Everton or United? Tonight, I think it's going to be a draw. Ian says, Key, how have we won 4 out of the last 5? I think we've done really well, mate. Honestly, I don't get the issue. I really don't get the issue. I think there's a lot of Liverpool fans, sadly, who were just desperate to see us lose yesterday. It's a really sad situation, to be honest, that we've got Liverpool fans so desperate to see... so gutted to see us win. Let's say that. So gutted to see us win. Ryan, do you think Everton can pick up a 2-1 win? I'm not confident having looked at your lineup, Ryan, I've got to say. Blake, thoughts on ex-Man United players saying Man United should pursue a different manager come the summer? I think they're right. I think if you give it to Carrick, you're just pursuing the same line that you had with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. You're getting an interim in, and he's going to stay with it to the end of the summer. Do you think Michael Carrick, even if United get the Champions League, do you think Michael Carrick is the guy to lead Manchester United forward? He isn't. I don't think any United fan truly believes that, do they? Really? Do any United fans feel really strongly that Michael Carrick is the man? He's the man to lead United back towards the title race and all that sort of stuff. I can't see it. I just can't see it. Shell says his baby was upstairs with his missus when they broke in. Yeah, big dunk, yeah. Baby was asleep and fella broke in. Duncan Ferguson absolutely smashed him, and fair play to him. Davey Moyes, good lad. How you doing, Davey? How you feeling, more importantly, mate? 7-2 to Everton, you're saying. Okay, like it. Like it. Samir, which team are you supporting tonight? Does the background not give you an indication? That's who I'm supporting tonight. Ryan says, when we play a shit lineup, we play much better. Real life says they act like it, Keith. Well, I know, mate, I know. Isaac Ochieng says, Everton to win tonight. Let's hope so, Isaac. I'm rooting for you. Moyes, Davy Daisy Moyes. He's got grey hair, but we don't care. Davy Moyes. Johnson, I am Johnson Oscar from Kampala, Uganda. Is Martinez fit for this game? He is fit, I think. Oh no, he's not. No, he's not in the. He's not on the bench. I thought he was on the bench. He's not on the bench. No. So no, Johnson. He is not on the bench. There is no Lisandro Martinez in the Manchester United squad tonight. K. Jonesy, you've got a bit of grey hair too, mate. I know I need to get the old Just for Men going, don't I? Either Just for Men or Head to Turkey. One of the two. I don't think the missus would want it, to be honest. I don't think maybe she likes a little bit of the Silver Fox. George Clooney, eat your heart out. Rohale says, definitely supporting Everton here. A Man United win could really hurt us. Listen, a Man United win, we can't control it. If Man United win, Man United win. They're still not going to finish above us. But if they win, they win. If they don't win, then we can just laugh at them. They've gone to West Ham in the relegation zone. They should have been beat. They got a point. If United have to win. All the pressure is on United here. All of the pressure is on United. We can enjoy this. If you're a Liverpool fan, you can absolutely enjoy this game. Because one way or another, one of these teams is dropping points. It's a great game. This is the best fixture of the season in many ways. Everton, Man United. I love Everton, Man United games because one of them's definitely dropping points as a minimum. Goldsky, who are you following, lad? Look at the colour of the lighting behind me, mate. That should give you a slight indication. MUFC, we don't get these crazy VAR decisions like Liverpool do. Where's our offside goal? What offside goal? There was no offside goal. What are you talking about? Should we do another little quiz? We've got 15 minutes to kick off. Should we do one more quiz before kick off? Hick M. Joy says, Key, do you still think Arsenal can still win the Prem? I do, mate, yes. Yeah, of course they can. And I expect they will. Joe Molo says, where's Liverpool in the league, mate? We are currently, mate, level on points with Man United and Chelsea. We are 6th on goal difference. So, yeah, Chelsea quite a way ahead on goal. I think they're plus 11 better off than us. United are plus 10, we're plus 7. So, yeah, a United defeat tonight by 3 or more, and we go above them without even playing. How would you compare Xhaka to Yoro, Key? I'll be honest, mate, I wouldn't, yeah. I've only seen bits of Jeremy Xhaka. I've seen bits of him for France under-21s. I think I've maybe watched one Rennes game. And I wasn't scouting him in particular or anything like that, so I can't even comment specifically about the player. I don't know, is the honest answer. I have no idea. Yoro, I've actually been quite impressed with him physically whenever he's played. Like, athleticism-wise, he's fast, he covers ground well. He's getting a little bit more robust. I think he's getting adapting to the Premier League. It's took him a couple of years to kind of get up to the pace of it. Still a little bit of a liability, but I think he's got a decent future in the game. Not sure if he'll ever be, like, world-class, one of the best ever, but, you know, he could be a very, very good defender in years to come. He's still quite young. And I'd say, you know, Xhaka, we don't know. The scouting seems to have been done. Maybe he's going to be another Kanate, which would be wonderful. Maybe he's going to be another Ozan Kabak. Time will tell. Real Life says, did Key seed that McAllister handball? He didn't handball it. He didn't handball it. Come on. 3-star, how's it going? Shell says Jermaine Beckford is on the Everton pre-match show. Love that. Sorry, I don't think Yoro is quite there yet. His positional play is shocking. And MUFC says Xhaka and Yoro both aren't ready for Premier League football. Well, there you go. Maybe not. Jabber, 3-star Reds. What are we saying? Real life arsehole. That answered my question. Yeah, mate, listen, you can't. He had his hand like that, right? His hand was wrapped around the front of his front, right? If your hand is like that, and someone hits it at you from less than a yard away, you've got your back and your eyes are turned away. There's no intent. Your arm's got to go somewhere. You can't cut it off. He's literally put his hand there. There's no intent. He's not even looking at it. It's within the shape of his body. It's hit his back and a little bit of the back of his arm here. You can't be giving that for handball. That's beyond a joke. The game's gone if we're giving that handball. But anyway, it doesn't matter because we still won. Who cares? Biggin CEO. Why are you spamming the same question in? And 2 minutes ago you said everybody thinks you're a joke. Either everyone thinks I'm a joke, or you actually care about my opinion on who is the signing of the summer. I mean, I appreciate the comments, mate, but you're being very hypocritical here. You either think I'm an absolute joke and I'm a melt or whatever it was you were spamming in the chat, but now you actually care what I think. It's odd. Let's stay consistent. Taylor, who do you want to win this one, Key? Have a guess, Taylor. Have a little guess. Rohale says he could have removed his arm till the chance had gone and then reattached it. Yeah, he should have done, really, shouldn't he? He really should have done. Ollie says, do you love Liverpool more than you hate Arsenal? That's just a silly question, Ollie, isn't it? It's just a silly question. Adam, come on, Everton, good lad. Mark, nah, you're actually decent. Live to watch. Might actually be Scouse, but still good to watch. I'm not Scouse. I would never claim to be Scouse. I was born 20 minutes from Anfield. I grew up in St Helens. I am a wool. That's what Scousers would refer to me as well as maybe many other things. But no, I am a wool. I'm not a Scouser. But I am a Liverpool fan, and there's nothing untoward about. I don't hate Arsenal. I don't hate United. Well, no, I do. I do hate United. I do hate United. I feel sorry for Everton, but there's rivalry with Everton and United. I don't care about Arsenal. Jamie, United 4, Ahmad 1 assist, Casemiro to get booked. Sarah says if it was at the other end, you're not getting a pen for it. You're not, and that again, that's a very important distinction, Sarah. I agree. That's a really, really good comment. If that happens at the other end of the pitch, there's no chance that gets given as a pen. No chance. William Fudge Frost. How do you feel after that Tottenham demolishment? You was watched yesterday and failed. What do you mean failed? I've not failed anything. What's the fail? Where's the failure? I don't see any failure. Big In CEO says, I don't think you're a joke, mate, but everyone on my FYP says you are. So I asked how you feel about it. I don't feel anything about it. I don't think about it. It doesn't bother me. I go like that, and I carry on watching games of football. It's all good. And I've got some lovely people who enjoy watching games of footy with me. If you don't, then you don't have to be here, mate. It's all good fun. Carl, how can you say no chance when Chelsea have had 2 penalties in 2 weeks for slight pushes like that? Slight pushes? Surely you're not talking about the João Pedro one. That wasn't a slight push. And there's no way that Kolo Muani's goal should have been ruled out. Right. Should we do, with 7 minutes to go, a very, very quick Everton-themed quiz? Right. Get your answers in the chat very quickly. I want the top 20 Everton record signings in Premier League history. Get your answers in the chat. The top 20 Everton signings in Premier League history by expense. Most expensive. Top 20 most expensive Everton signings in Premier League history. Chris Slater says United dub incoming. I can feel it. Fair enough. I'll take that. Bluey says, has the lineup changed? Cunha was striker, no? I think he is still striker, to be honest. Well, he might be off the left with Mbermo there. Right, here we go. So, Lukaku. Yes, Lukaku is 5th. 35 million, Romelu Lukaku. James Rodriguez, no, not in the list. I thought James would be. But I think he was wasn't he only a 3? Or he was very cheap anyway. Jean-Philippe Gbamin. Jean-Philippe Gbamin is there. Yep, he is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12th. Jean-Philippe Gbamin is 12th, 25 million quid. Tierno Barry is 6th, 7th, 8th for 30 million. Yes, Tierno Barry's right. Schneiderlin, Morgan Schneiderlin is there as well. We're doing the top 20 most expensive Everton signings in Premier League history. We've got 6 minutes to kick off. Get your answers in the chat. We need to get this done before kick-off. Rooney, no. Ashley Young is right, though. Oh, no, not Ashley Young. Ashley Young's wrong. Beto is right. 25 million. Correct. Fellaini, yes. Marouane Fellaini is... Where is Fellaini? No, Fellaini's not right. Fellaini was 17 million from Standard Liège. He's wrong. Richarlison is right, though. 39 million. Grealish hasn't yet signed for Everton. He was a loan signing. Pickford is right. Good answer, Adam. Jordan Pickford is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12th Pickford. 28 million. Davy Klaassen, pound for pound, one of the worst signings ever in Premier League history. 27 million quid. Yep, Davy Klaassen's in there. Tyler Diblin is right. 41 million. He's second. Illiman and Dye. No, not Illiman and Dye. Yerry Mina's right, though. Yep, Yerry Mina was 30 million quid. Not Delafeu. Moyes Keane is correct. Good answer. Empty. Moyes Keane is right. He goes in at 11th. Moyes Keane. Tierno Barry we've got. So far, we've got Dibbling, Richarlison, Lukaku, Mina, Tierno Barry, Moyes Keane, Jordan Pickford, Davy Klaassen, Jean-Philippe Gbamin, and Beto. Still more to get. Tarkovsky. No, not Tarkovsky. No, not Bernard. Amadou Onana's correct. Amadou Onana's third, 39. Not Salomon Rondon. Not Chimiti. Seamus Coleman was only 60 grand, wasn't he? Not Ali. Sigurdsson, yes. Unnamed Premier League player is number one. Gylfi Sigurdsson, 49 million. Not Peter Beardsley. Michael Keane's right, though. 28 million. Good answer. Come on, Everton. Not Ross Barkley, no. Mikalenko is right. He is 20th. Good answer. 24 million. Not Jake O'Brien. Not Brian Oviedo. Not Jared Branthwaite. No. Not Bernard. Not Tarkovsky. Keep them coming. Yannick Bolasie is right. 29 million. There's one in the lineup tonight. There's one still in the lineup tonight who you've not got. Alex Iwobi, big in CEO. Good answer. There you go. One in the lineup. We've got Iwobi. Kiernan Dewsbury Hall. Good answer. Not Neville Southall. There's one left to get. Andre Gomez. Good answer. One more left to get. Yadar Selzavon. Yeah, no, not him. Fabulous player he was, though. Not Irabunum. Ben Godfrey is not in. Oh, yes, Ben Godfrey's right. 27.5. One left to get. Still one more left to get. It's not Godfrey. There was one more left to get after that. This is the last one to get. Allen. There you go. Yes, Allen is the last one. So they are the top 20 Everton most expensive signings in Premier League history. Mikalenko, Allen, Beto, Gomez, Gbamin, Klaassen, Godfrey, Moyes Keane, Pickford, Michael Keane, Kiernan Dewsbury Hall, Yannick Bolasie, Tierno Barry, Yerry Mina, Iwobi, Lukaku, Richarlison, Onana, Dibbling, and Gylfi Sigurdsson. There you go. They are the top 20 most expensive Everton signings in Premier League history. If you enjoyed that, make sure you've hit like, make sure you've followed. Live every day watching games of footy with you. And tomorrow we're live again for Bodo Glimt against Inter Milan at the San Siro. Second leg, big game. But tonight, first up, come on. Come on, the Ev. Blake, what a waste of fun, some utter dross in there. I know. Listen, let's go. If we was to go through those 20 again, and we was to say hit or miss, Mikalenko for 25 million quid, has he been a hit? He's going to leave on a free this summer. I'm not sure that's a hit. He's done okay, but I'm not sure Mikalenko was a hit. Allen, 25 million. Beto, 25 million. Andre Gomez for 20. Andre Gomez was all right at times, but he had a turning circle like the Titanic, didn't he? He was so slow. Good player, though. Gbamin, 25 million. I think that we all know the answer to that one. Klaassen, Godfrey, Moyes Keane, very good player, but 27.5 million. And I think they got the money back in the end, but not great. Jordan Pickford, 28 million. That's pound for pound a very, very good signing. Michael Keane, 28 million. I think he's got a lot of stick, but he's been Everton's best player this season. I think Michael Keane's done all right for 28 mil. Gets a lot of stick, but he's done well at times. Kiernan Dewsbury Hall, 29 million. Time will tell, yeah. I think 29 million for a player who's not played for England, and he's done all right, but I don't know. Jury's out on him, I'd say. Bolasie, 29, absolutely not. Tierno Barry, 30. If anyone knows me and has watched this channel before, you'll know even for a Liverpool fan, I love Tierno Barry. I've watched him for ages, years, and I was gutted when he moved to Everton because it meant I had to stop liking him to a degree. But he's a very, very good player, and I think he's got a big future in the game. But he's not started so well at Everton. He's got some goals recently. Bit poor. Oh, Barry! Oh, my God! Go on, lad. Go on, lad. Oh, Senna Lammon's very nearly charged down from the kickoff, and 10 seconds in, we very, very nearly had an Everton goal. Oh, my God. How was that going? Nearly straight in off kickoff. Unbelievable stuff. Tierno Barry. Yerry Mina wasn't great for 30 million, was he? Iwobi, I think's a wonderful Premier League player for 30. Lukaku, 35, was a bargain. They sold him for 80 to United. Richarlison, I think, paid for his money, paid for his fee, didn't he, in 39. Onana, 39, sold him for 50. Diblin, 41. He's going to have to do well to go some way and justify that. And Gylfi Sigurdsson, 50 million quid. I think after the way he left, I'm not sure that was a smart signing. But here we go. Listen, the game is off and underway. Everton very nearly having a chance in the opening minutes, the opening seconds to get in front. We'll do another quiz, at half-time. I've got more quizzes at half-time, so if you want to watch along with us, make sure you've hit like, make sure you've subscribed. Jabba says KDH has easily been our best, maybe on par with Garner this season. Yeah, I'll take it back. I think James Garner's been incredible. James Garner's done really well this season. Sean, are you an Everton fan? I'm not, mate. No, I'm a Liverpool fan. But tonight, for tonight's game only, I'm an Everton fan. Harley Stanton, why do you always heavily support the teams that are always against Arsenal? I wasn't aware Everton were against Arsenal. Pride of Merseyside says Barry should be able to do these centre-backs. They are awful. Well, he's got the pace to beat Yoro. And I think he's got... Yeah, I don't know. I look at Yoro and I think he could probably hold his own against Barry physically. But Barry's he's lightning. When he really gets going, he can be a really, really top centre-forward, Tierno Barry. If he isolates Maguire's not got a lot of pace. If he isolates Maguire on the other side, then there's every chance Tierno Barry could hurt him. But the game started quite well. It started in Everton's favour, if anything. It's been a positive start for the Ev. Go on, get stuck in. Get stuck in. It's only Bruno Fernandes. Shell says, come on, you Blues, please. Yes, Shell. Yes, Shell. Christine says, I still don't think there will be goals. I predicted 0-0 just before the weekend started, so I tend to agree with you, Christine. I think you could be right. Ollie, why are you supporting Everton as a Liverpool fan? Have you had a glance at the table? Oh, off the line from Everton! Sweet Lord! Nearly 1-0 United. Good grief. And now it's a great run away from Illiman and Dye. Go on, get the ball forward to Barry. Oh, and Dye picks it back up. Go on. Get it into him. What are you doing? Everton on the counter-attack. This game started breathlessly. Get the ball in. Back to Gay. Strike. Oh, big deflection. And it's gone wide. Sean, shouldn't you want to draw? Why? Why would I want to draw? Everton win keeps us level on points with United. Why on earth would I want to draw, Sean? Is maths not your strong suit? Check the table. Maguire gets exposed when he plays on the touchline. He's an 18-yard centre-back. He's a very good centre-back defending his own box, isn't he? Let's just watch this back. It was Delo with the half strike. Kind of fell to Diallo, and I think Tarkovsky just off the line. Good save from Pickford, actually. It was going in. It was a decent save from Pickford to just slow the ball down, but it was trickling over the line. And Tarkovsky, while he's on the floor, gets it away. Now Tierno Barry's down, looking like a head injury, maybe. Daddy O says, going on some prices these days, a £40 million player today is like a £15 million player 10 years ago. That's true enough. Ro Hill says, whoever said that, surely it's Key's choice if he wants to support a team against Arsenal. Well, I mean, I don't frequently support a team against Arsenal. I think everyone just quite likes it when teams who've got a big mouth tend to get... And it's not even just teams. Anyone who's got a big mouth and tends to give it the big one and then they, you know... They get the comeuppance. Everyone likes that. Pride goeth before a fall, right? So everybody likes to see someone who's very, very arrogant, let's say. Smug and arrogant. And they get it wrong. Everyone likes to have a laugh at them, don't they? It's a little bit like Arsenal in that sense. Big In CEO says, so why don't you do it when City plays? Because I want City to win the league. If Liverpool can't win it, I would rather Liverpool win. I'd rather City win the league. If Liverpool can't, I don't really care. But if Liverpool can't, I would rather City win it than Arsenal. That's it. There's nothing more sinister than that. Teaching Tony says the Cowboys in American football, the Chiefs and the Eagles. And Nigel says spot on. The Gooners are the biggest moaners. They're certainly up there, aren't they? Jack, why? City have raw dog you lot for years. City play better football. They play better football than Arsenal. And that's fine if you disagree. Absolutely fine if you disagree, but not to my taste, Arsenal's, let's call it a style of play. Who would you rather win it, Arsenal or United? Arsenal. That's not a difficult one. Manchester United 4, Everton 2, says Eric. And Liam Manning, how are you, sir? I am very, very well, sir. How are you? Leeds City next weekend, Liam. Oak Radio says Liverpool's so lucky getting 3 points on Saturday. How can it be Liverpool getting so lucky? We battered them. Second half, we were all over them. Oh, great play by Barry. Here's Dewsbury Hall. Over to the left. Go on, Harrison Armstrong, and it's a free kick. No, it's not. United win the ball back. Rats. Jack, but they have still made Liverpool the bitches, and you still rather them win it. I'd rather City win it because they play better football. That's it. There's nothing more to it. Adzo says, Everton fan, but Man U win. We are crap at home. And Spurs are in a relegation scrap. Evening, Liam Manning. Right, Lenny Yoro on the ball at the back for Manchester United into Casemiro. Plays a lovely ball over the top, just a little bit too heavy. What a pass that was from Casemiro. Just a slight smidge too heavy for Mbermo over the top. There's not a lot of room, I've got to say, between the Everton back line and Jordan Pickford. And he still managed to pick a pass there. Did very, very well, Casemiro. He's not necessarily a player that is known for his, line-breaking passing ability. But that was straight out of the Brazilian playbook. 3 stars, as I was bigging it up all week and we got done. At the end of the day, the result is we go again next week. Absolutely. Yeah, Forest defended very well. The Pride of Merseyside says that ball is holding up horrifically. Pitch looks a little bit heavy, doesn't it? Yeah. Does look a bit heavy. Pitch looks very slow. There you go. Gareth just said it. Great ball in. Good save from Pickford. Well done. Don't think it was going in, but he tips it wide. Dalot getting a little bit of joy down that right-hand side. Sesko stinker incoming. Sesko's not even on the pitch. Sir, 3 star, that's why I don't big up Liverpool, because in football anything can happen. And Jabba says LFC weren't lucky, they were helped. Oh, listen to him. Great tackle, Harrison Armstrong. Go on, get at him. Good lad. Liking him more and more. The more I see Harrison Armstrong, tidy player, doing well. Irabunum loses his footing, and it was a foul. There you go. Pitch looks slower than Kanate running back to defend. Casemiro was so good at Real Madrid. Did United sign the same player? See, at times it does look like he's the same player, doesn't it? At times he has played really well, and he's actually had a bit of a renaissance in the last sort of few months, but Yeah, he's been a mixed bag. I still think if United had the opportunity to sign him again for 70 million quid and 300 grand a week and what, I think they'd probably choose not to have him. Christine says, do you think they've improved over Carrick? I think they've improved, yeah. I mean, I think that most teams do, though, when a new manager comes in, whoever that new manager is, everybody gets a lift, don't they? That's how the new manager bounce thing works. It's always like that, no matter who the manager is. There's always a new manager bounce. Liam Rosenior, it's happening with him at Chelsea. We're seeing Liam Rosenior getting a new manager bounce at Chelsea, and, you know, I'll be honest, I don't think he's necessarily a wonderful manager. He's about as experienced as Michael Carrick in many ways, and, you know, disappointing result for them at the weekend against Burnley. So maybe even that's starting to unravel. They've got Arsenal next week as well, haven't they? So, yeah, United may have had their new manager bounce. Maybe it's all changed. Oh, that was a very important touch for Delo. Branthwaite was nearly through there. Swifty, he's gone back to a formation that suits the players too. Yeah. Max Bailey, why do you hate Arsenal so much? I don't hate Arsenal, mate. I don't hate Arsenal at all, Max. You've been misinformed, sir. DJ Dan Mercury, I'm looking for a 1-0 home win. Good to see you, Dan. Joe says, Key, watch out for Sung Soo tomorrow against Karabag. One for the future. I can assure you, Joe, I will not be watching Newcastle against Karabag. There's no way I'm watching a 6-1 second leg. I think you're on your own watching that one. Tomorrow we're watching Bodo Glimt at the San Siro. That's the game I'm watching tomorrow's Watchalong. Inter Milan against Bodo Glimt. Should be a fantastic one. 3-1 down from the first leg. It's going to be a hell of a game, that. Can Bodo Glimt knock out last year's finalist? It would be the shock of the tournament. Maybe the shock of the season so far, in that Bodo Glimt make it to this stage. It's incredible. Daddy-O, if you could change a Liverpool signing in your lifetime that you could stop the club signing and replace with someone else in that position, who would you pick? I think everyone knows that one for Liverpool, mate. It's very, very easy for Liverpool. We wouldn't sign Diouf and we would keep Nicolas Anelka. We had Nicolas Anelka on loan, and Gerard Houllier, we could have signed him for 8 million quid. 8 million quid, and in the end, Gerard Houllier went, no. We're going to send Anelka back, and Manchester City can have him. He went back to Real Madrid, I think. We ended his loan, and Manchester City then subsequently signed him for £8 million. And we, stupidly, signed El Hadji Diouf for 12 million quid. Blake says we will not be tuning into Newcastle. No, don't think anyone's going to be excited to watch Newcastle tomorrow. Apart from Newcastle fans, maybe. Christopher Hooper says new manager bounce is a real thing as players want to show they should be in the team. It's true. Everyone raises their level, don't they? Everyone just steps it up a level. Graham says, come on the Ev. And Zariah Julius, Manchester United are the best. Do we think United are going to get this win, though? That's the important thing. The pressure's all on United tonight. Christine says, who's the better team on the pitch at the moment? At the minute, there's not really an awful lot between them. I mean, United have had one cleared off the line, so you'd probably be inclined to say Manchester United. In terms of the stats, if you put much stock into statistics, United have had 2 shots on target. Everton have had none. United have had 69% possession to Everton's 31%. And yeah, there's not really been touches in the opposition box. 6 for United, 0 for Everton. So if you're just looking at... But I think statistics can be misleading. I think if you look at those statistics, you think United are battering them all over them. They're not really. They've had one chance in the opening 15 minutes. One chance. And it was a bit of a scuff, if anything. But I would say if you're forcing me to pick one team who's been the better, it would be United. But it's not. There's not much in it. Max Bailey, do you think Arsenal will win the league? Yes, they should do. They should do. After spending all that money, they should do. Yes. Liam, how's it going, Liam? Rohale says Iago Aspas was terrible too, like seriously bad. Iago Aspas is a very, very good player. Look how well he's done in La Liga. The guy's just an unbelievable player. It just didn't work out for him in the Prem. Sometimes that happens. I don't think he's a bad player or even a bad signing. We bought him and sold him for pretty much the same fee. And I don't think we got that wrong in the sense that I don't think he is a bad player. Iago Aspas is an incredible footballer. Maybe he just didn't settle in the Premier League or he didn't quite take to Brendan Rodgers' tactics. It just, sometimes that happens. Sarah says, I would go with Andy Carroll. And Jabba says, Jared's jaw makes him look a bit like a transformer. Jared Branthwaite's a really peculiar one for me because every time I watch him, I think he's a top player. He's a real player. But I still don't think he goes to the World Cup. And I still think he stays at Everton. And this isn't meant in any disrespectful way, Evertonian, so please don't take it this way. But I feel like if you're a player who is aspirational, who's got ambitions, and you're a player who can play at the level, like John Stones, for example, is a prime example. John Stones, I think Jared Branthwaite maybe does have the ability of a John Stones. He could be that sort of a player, assuming his injuries don't kind of keep repeating on him. He's a very, very good player. But his injuries so far have maybe benefited Everton in the sense that they've kept him at the club. I think if Jared Branthwaite had been fit, there's a very real possibility he'd already have left Everton, or he'd be applying a lot more pressure on them to leave maybe this summer. Maybe in January, just gone, who knows. There was a lot of teams looking for a centre-back in January, weren't there? I would have Jared Branthwaite at Liverpool if he's fit. I think he's a very good centre-back. And evidently a decent left-back now. Liam was absolutely buzzing yesterday. You was? Why's that? Ziria Julia says, Man United #1 supporter. And teaching Tony's a Celta Vigo legend he is. Good. Literally lack of ball knowledge. Christine says, I think if Everton score first, they will defend and win. Let's hope so, Christine. Shante says, after spending all that money, mate, Liverpool spent $500 million in one window. Yep, less than Arsenal. Less than Arsenal, remember that. I don't even know says, hello, Key. It's been a brilliant day after that brilliant North London derby or the 3 points charity collection. Here's Everton driving forward. Pitch again. The pitch is so sketchy, isn't it? All the players are falling all over the place. They're falling all over the place here. Carlos says he signed a long-term contract at Everton. And I know, but contracts are not worth the paper they're written on, are they, Carlos? I think you and I can agree on that, surely. Nobody's disputing he's a wonderful player, and I don't think contracts really matter. If a player says to Everton, I want to leave, I think he's going to leave, isn't he? He'll apply the pressure and he'll probably get the move he wants. Jonathan says, and Burmo and Cunha to score, and Rohale says Xabi Alonso was set to stay at Liverpool till at least 2014, but the fallout with Benitez happened. To be honest, he was dreadful, Xabi Alonso. For the last 2 years, apart from that final season, but for 2 years of his Liverpool career, maybe 18 months, he was god-awful. The same sort of season that McAllister's having now. That's what Xabi Alonso had for a couple of years with us. Hill Dicko needs some work. Real Life says, it really pisses me off when people ask if I want Tottenham to be relegated. Of course I wouldn't, because then we wouldn't have a free 6 points each season. Oh, Cal, why do you hate Arsenal so much? I don't hate Arsenal, mate. You've been misinformed, Cal. Welsh Wing says, evening, Key, how are you? I've got a great quiz for half-time today if you aren't doing one. We'll do yours as well. Let's do yours first, because yours will be better. We'll do yours first if you're around for it. Hopefully you are, mate. Jimmy says, and Burmo is the baddest man, he must win. Jabba says the pitch is made of this new grass called slip and slide. Long ball over to the left-hand side. Oh, God, let me get me bloody... There you go. We're sorted. We're back. United in the box. Keep them out. Well headed away. Come on. Hit it. Good block. Well done. Keep them out, Everton. Oh, my goodness me. Where are we up to? Jake says, I'm good, Julius. Can't believe I'm saying this, but come on, Everton. Alonso was definitely better at Real Madrid than he was at Liverpool. I liked him at Liverpool. I just think he had a little bit of a fall-off, didn't he? He was a wonderful player for like the first maybe 18 months. Second 18 months, he was a bit crap. And his last season, as soon as we decided we was going to get Gareth Barry in, he was astonishingly good again. Here we go, Tierno Barry. That's not a foul, ref. Come on, that's not a foul. That's not a foul. Adam says, see you on YouTube. This TikTok chat is shocking. To be honest, mate, it's just kids. Just leave them be. It's all good. It's just kids. I could mute them and block them, but I can't be bothered. They're just kids. They'll get bored. Leave them be. It's half term. Well, it's half term in some parts of the country. It's maybe not in other parts, is it? Andy says, do you think Kieran Dewsbury Hall will get called up by England? No. No, not at all. It's too competitive. I think James Garner's had an astonishing season at Everton. He's been terrific. I don't think he gets called up for England for what it's worth. And that's no reflection on James Garner. I just think it's a very, very competitive middle of the park, really, for England. Rohale says, the reason I think Arsenal will win the title is because I see Arsenal beating City when they meet. Depends if Arsenal go for it, doesn't it? If they go for it, maybe they will. Here's Idrissa Gueye. Big in CEO. Oh, mate, I thought you were being nice. Why are you being so aggy all of a sudden? Come on, don't be like that. You're better than that. Don't be nasty. Thought we were going to be mates. Ruggers says, do you think yesterday, Arsenal v Tottenham, Victor played one of his best games? He did. He was very good yesterday. It was the best game I've seen from Gyökeres. Best game I've seen from Gyökeres since he's gone to Arsenal. I thought he was terrific. Did really well. Right, Beto about to come on for Tierno Barry. Just as we thought Everton might be getting into a bit of a groove, Beto's about to come on and scupper things. Michael says, should I get chow mein or chicken curry? I've never had chow mein, so I don't know. I don't know, mate. I'm not really a fan of Chinese food. Not Chinese. Not Chinese, the people, just before anyone starts with that again. Malik says, Maguire comeback is one of the best comebacks we've ever seen. Do you agree, yes or no? No, I don't think so. Big in CEO, just banter, lad. It doesn't seem like banter, mate. You've got to really, come on, be nice. If we're talking football, if you want to talk football, stick around. We'll talk footy. If not, then just don't be a tit. Just move on. Go and find someone. There's literally millions of people on lives. You know, if you don't like me, Sam, move on. No big deal. If you do, if you want to stick around and talk footy and we'll watch the game together, then great, stick around. I'd love to have you in. But if it's not your thing, then, like, the greatest of respect, I'm not going to lose sleep over it. And I don't want you to just keep spamming the same comments in because you want to get them read out. Do you know what I mean? Just get with the programme. And I really would like you to stay for what it's worth. I mean that sincerely. Nathan, what's the score? It's Everton 0, Man United 0. Welsh Wing says the refs' mics seem to be working today. Yeah, they had a few issues with that in the North London derby, didn't they? Here we go. Come on, Ev. Let's get it in. Far post, header, back across the face, and it's back out for a throw-in. Poor. Teaching Tony. Love this chat. About to get 100 likes. Good lad. Jabber, I actually do worry that a stiff breeze could knock Barry down. It's a shame. It's such a shame because I think there is a real player there with him. But it's just not... It's not quite worked out for him this season. Craigie says, fair play to Spurs for letting Championship fans have an away day at White Hart Lane. Class from them. Swifty, has there been a shot on goal yet? There has been one for Manchester. Well, there's been two, I think, for United, but the second one wasn't really a shot on target. It'll go down as a shot on target, but it wasn't really. There was one where Pickford saved it, and it was like trickling towards the goal line, but Tarkovsky cleared it away. So, yeah, that's the only real chance we've had in the game. 25 minutes in, it's been a bit... Kind of as we talked about before the game. I thought it would be a drab, dull 0-0. That was my prediction. That was my prediction before the weekend started. A 0-0, dour, typical David Moyes type Everton home performance. They don't want to lose this game, but they'll make damn sure... They might not win this game, but they'll make damn sure they don't lose this game. Come on, Key, sort it out. Ruggers, favourite ever player and why? Robbie Fowler, because he's, for me, the best centre-forward, young centre-forward I have ever seen. The best young centre-forward I've ever seen. Vod Styler says, man, I hate Everton. They're like the Getafe of the Premier League. All they do is defend, score some goals, will you? They never used to be. Everton used to be a very, especially under David Moyes previously, it was not, what a ball that is. Oh, Illiman and Dye as well. The one player in the side who's actually got a touch. Michael Keane, straight out of the Virgil van Dijk playbook. What a pass that was from Michael Keane. He's just launched that one 60 yards across the pitch. Luke Shaw, he's like that. He's lucky, he don't know where he is. Luke Shaw's lost in space there. Illiman and Dye, all he needed to do was take that down. And he gets a double touch and knocks it out for a goal kick. Really, really difficult pass to pull off that. But Michael Keane did really well there. Welsh Ring says, imagine Spurs fans going away on a rainy Tuesday night next season to County. Edgeley Park, yeah. Dave Challoner versus Igor Tudor. They're not going down, Spurs. They're really not. Arsenal fans will get excited about it for a bit, but they're not going down. Legend FK, evening Key, I've come over from YouTube because it was glitching. No worries, mate, no worries. Christine, do you think Bruno will stay? No. No, I think Manchester United will look to move him on because they'll look to try and get some money back for him. They tried desperately to sell him to Saudi, didn't they? And he obviously went to Saudi. He went and had a chat to them and decided, actually, I'm quite settled in Manchester. I want to stay. I'm not ready to go to the Saudi Pro League just yet. Whether that offer is there again in the summer. Apparently, according to Bayern Space, you know, the in-the-know Bayern Munich fan, Twitter, whatever, the guy who was massively informed on the whole Florian Wirtz saga this summer, he has said that Bruno Fernandes's camp are constantly contacting Bayern Munich, trying to manufacture a move to Munich this summer. How true that is, we don't know, but he's been very, very right on everything else so far. So yeah, I'd be intrigued to see if maybe Bayern Munich could be persuaded to get him in. He'd cost a lot of money, wouldn't he? He's a very good player, Bruno Fernandes, but a lot to pay for a player who's so old. Rasta says Spurs, always Spursy fan. Come on, you Gunners. Ryan says, I remember when Michael Keane scored an own goal against Norwich, they got Agent Rafa sacked. And Blake says, I reckon we'll see a lot of movement in the summer. Always like that in a World Cup year. Yeah, inevitable. Legend FK says, Bruno, honestly, I think it's a huge loss for United. It would be. Yeah, it would be, but I'm certain that they'll try and move him on because he is, for me, the biggest saleable asset. And they need to sell some players. Like Casemiro will go on a free. I think Maguire might well go on a free. Martinez is not far off. You know, the contract may be ending. We don't know what happens with... If they're playing a back four now, Man United, they've got too many centre-backs, haven't they? Look how many centre-backs United have got. They've got Maguire, Yoro, Martinez, De Ligt, Heaven. You know, they've got 5 centre-backs. There's no way they need that many. And if they want to give Aiden Heaven what they promised him, which is a pathway to the first team, then I think they're probably going to have to let at least one of them go. I think Maguire to Everton is the one to watch in the summer, I'm telling you. Maguire to Everton is the next one I think happens. There's plenty of players. We did the quiz earlier. 18 players who've played for both United and Everton in the Premier League era. I think Maguire's number 19. Great ball by Barry. Illiman and Dye. Oh, unlucky. Wasn't Illiman and Dye. It was Keane and Dewsbury Hall. You can see where I got confused, can't you? They look basically twins, them two. Liam says, do Everton play attacking football ever? They're always going backwards and sideways. Is this what Moyes does? I mean, I don't want to speak for Evertonians because I'm not one, but Jabba, is it fair to say that... Yeah, is it fair to say that we've got Everton... This is maybe as good as it's been for Everton under David Moyes. That's a foul from Branthwaite, and it's going to be a free kick and probably a yellow card, I would imagine. It's a cynical foul. He's not going to get carded. Swifty, they'd save a fortune in wages if Casemiro and Fernandes both go. They've got to get Champions League football, haven't they? Champions League football is make or break for United in terms of, budget. Sorry, Welsh. I'm sorry, mate. We did that before the game. Christopher Hooper says, I don't want Spurs to go down because if they do, they lose all their players and probably struggle next year. Then we won't get our derby for a long time. I love the North London derby. And Jabba says, Moyes ball is miles better than Dyche ball. Yeah, that's fair enough. I think lots of Nottingham Forest fans, 3 stars in the chat, 3-star would probably agree with you as a Forest fan. He's definitely already preferring Vitor Pereira's style to Sean Dyche. They want to free up space for Elliot Anderson. Legend FK, I like the vertical green and red striped shirt behind you. It's Juventus away kit. The Gout says, how's the game going, pal? It's all right, mate. Yeah, it's doing okay so far. Delo's just had a strike from 30 yards out, quite comfortably wide. Flashed wide of the post, but I think Pickford looked like he had it covered. He kind of pulled his arm back. We've only really had 1 shot on target in the game so far. It's been a pretty dull first half. I was hoping for goals. We're not going to get goals just yet. Maybe we'll get some. Maybe we'll get a goal fest in the second half. But I tell you this, listen, if you're a United fan, if you're lurking in the chat right now, we've got over 500 people watching us on YouTube. If you're lurking in the chat, you're a United fan, are you feeling nervous about this game? I mean, you've started okay, but you've only really had 1 shot on target, meaningful shot, in the opening half an hour. Everton are notoriously resilient, difficult to break down. I think Everton would be relatively content with a point here. You've got to win, haven't you? A point is not a good result for United here. This is a winnable away fixture. Everton have got such a bad home record. I think if you're chasing a Champions League place, you've got to come here and win. And a draw is probably going to see it's going to be an opportunity missed for United. So if you're a United fan, I'd be intrigued as to your thoughts. Good run. Everton clear it away. Here's Dewsbury Hall. Legend FK says, which season Juventus shirt? It's about 2009 away shirt, Juventus. I think 2008, 2009. Swifty Baleba is going to United in the summer. I'm certain of it. How much would Brighton ask for him, though? Because they were asking close to 100 million. They were asking what Caicedo went for. How much do United pay for Baleba now? He's been dreadful this season. Surely that's affected his price. Here's Branthwaite. And it's gone out for a throw-in. Uncle James says, Man United 2-0. Real Life says, did you know that Spurs have scored 1 less goal from a corner than us this season? And Liam says, I think Glasner would be a perfect fit for Everton. He's a very demanding manager, Oliver Glasner. I don't think he would be so accepting of... I honestly think Oliver Glasner is going to be really guarded about what owners he picks to go in as his next... he's going to want owners that give him some sort of reassurance of, I will back you in the transfer market. Because I think he feels so let down by Steve Parish and the Crystal Palace ownership. To have gone and done what he and his team did to get Palace... not only win the FA Cup, but win the Community Shield. Two things, the first things they've ever won, and got them in Europe for the first time in their history. And then to be sold down the river so sharply, sold Eze, sold Gay. They've not given him the money to go and get the players that they wanted. They've absolutely been... He's been massively let down, and I can understand why he's frustrated. So sad for Palace fans, isn't it? Josh says, substitutes will be a difference here tonight. And Welshwing, okay, Key, I've got another backup that's really good. Good lad. Okay, appreciate it. Good lad. Dino says, Webb, Liverpool goal shouldn't have counted. You paid to win. Webb, Liverpool goal shouldn't have counted. Webb? What's Webb? Who are we on about? Up the Gunners says, do you come from Liverpool, Key? No, I was born about 20 minutes from Anfield and I grew up in St Helens. So I was born just outside... I was born in Wiston, which is an L postcode. It is in Liverpool. Technically, I was born there, but no, I'm not a Scouser. I was born in grew up sort of St Helens way. M15 says, come on, boys, expecting a win here. And Jabba says, Parish is shocking, I feel for Palace. ZE says, Man United 7, Everton 1. I'd be amazed if we see an 8-goal thriller tonight, based off the first 50 minutes. Retro Sean, at least you admitted it. Admitted what? There's nothing to admit. I've always said it. I've never professed to be a Scouser. Dino says, Howard Webb said the goal was a mistake. It shouldn't have counted. Oh, well, Howard Webb, he's known for being notoriously gets it right, doesn't he? Key, foreshadowing the next quiz that... Oh, don't say that. What have I said now? 3-star says, Parish even screwed Europa League qualification for Palace as well by making sure John Textor had put his house in order. By not making sure. That's true, yeah. Ryan, I feel sorry for Palace this season. And teaching Tony, nobody asked me how close I was born to Cleveland, so I can claim the Browns fan. Mate, I don't get it, Tony. It's such a weird thing in football. I mean, I kind of get why people look at certain people and say, oh, well, you know, you're clearly just a glory hunter and whatever, and why do you support that team, whatever. Yeah, I don't really put too much stock in it. But whenever anyone asks and says, where was you born? Well, I was, you know, I could have been maybe an Everton fan or a Liverpool fan or a Tranmere fan. They were all relatively within, as the crow flies from where I was born, they were all three within a relative commutable distance. But I was always going to be a Red because my dad's a Red. That's generally how it goes, isn't it? Whoever your dad supports, usually that's who you support. Jabba says, since we're confessing, I admit I'm not Scouse either. Yeah, there's quite a bit of water between you and Liverpool, isn't there, mate, for an Everton fan. Ofsiam says, the standard of football, the fans so boring this generation, never seen football as bad. It's frustrating. It's frustrating. I still like football, the way that we're seeing it. It's frustrating that we're seeing more and more teams choose physical players over technical players. I think you have to, like, we've talked about this loads on the channel, so I'm not going to go over it loads, but it does feel like if you're 6'5" and you can run a bit faster than other players, you're generally getting a half decent Premier League career nowadays. Whereas the likes of Zola and others probably wouldn't even play they probably wouldn't be able to play in the Premier League now. As good as Gianfranco Zola was, I'm not sure he would even have a decent Premier League career. Jabba says Wayne Rooney's enjoying that blue seat, and Teaching Tony says exactly the Browns fan through my father and grandfather. Love that. Masera Nelson says Man United 3, Everton 1. M15 says, where's Reece at the minute? Has he been coming in recently with how many points they've dropped? He has, yeah. To be fair, Reece still does come in, even as an Arsenal fan where they've had a bit of a bad patch. He has still been coming in. Maybe not in the bad, like really bad moments. He never came in at when Wolves equalised. He wasn't in the chat. But he still does come in every day, generally speaking. We like Reece. He's all right. Jake, how's it going, lad? Good to see you. Here we go. James Garner free kick for Everton. He's gonna have a go here. Looks like he's gonna have a strike, and he is. Oh, good save. First Everton shot on target. 39 minutes in. James Garner about 40 yards out. It wasn't a bad strike. Certainly needed saving. Senna Lamans gets his hands to it. Comfortable save, really. Julius, is Tierno Barry still playing? He is, yeah. There's not been any changes as yet. So it's the same lineups that you can see on the right-hand side here. If you're watching on YouTube, you'll see the right-hand side. You've got the lineups for both teams. Blake says, feels like one of those games where they will rely on Fernandes to produce a moment of magic. Yeah, or a big deflection. A massive deflection. The Legend FK says, Key, I must say I'm delighted you have no mods here. Anything goes. I don't really... I mean, I'll be honest, the mods we have on YouTube and everything, they're all just really, really nice people, and we're all very, very laid back. Like, you have to be a real tit to get banned or muted. Like, you can come in and say what you want. We're not bothered. There's no like policing of language or whatever. As long as you're generally just like coming in and talking football, you stick around for a bit. And you'd be surprised how many people come in and say, oh, Key, you look like the Penguin from Batman. Or, Key, you're fat and boring, or whatever. They come in and say whatever they got to say, and then actually they stick around for a bit, and, you know, they end up coming in regularly. There's quite a few in the chat tonight who started like that. Don't mind it. It's all good fun. Demon Gooner, have you recovered from your derby loss yesterday? Nottingham Forest v Liverpool. Branthwaite's going to win that one, surely. No one Burmo gets to it. And he's going to dive, isn't he? And he does dive, but he doesn't get the free kick. Well done. Kay Jonesy says, what's the hype with Aidan Heaven? Is he any good? I think Aidan Heaven's as good as Lenny Yoro, isn't he? Would we say that? Would we say Aidan Heaven's as good as Yoro? Given he's, 50, 60 million quid Yoro, I think Aidan Heaven's... I'm not sure they'd be able to sell him for 50, 60 million quid, but I'm not sure they could get Yoro 50, 60 million if they put him on the market now. But Aidan Heaven, I think, is a very decent young player, yeah. They're both about as good as each other, and I'm not blown away by either of them, but I think they've both done quite well. For young centre-backs, anyway. Teaching Tony, tit in the chat, I'm calling the social media police that people say exist in England. Sarah says, oh, Key, why do you hate Arsenal? Yeah, Key, why do you hate Arsenal? Give us that one again. Kay Jonesy, I just remember he played one game for Arsenal and he was horrendous, to be honest. Who? Who was that? Oh, Aidan Heaven. Nah, he's been okay, I think. Illiman and Die here, up against Luke Shaw. What's he got, Illiman and Die? There's been a lot of praise about this fella. Keeps hold of it, and it's a corner to Everton, is it? Yeah, here we go. 3 minutes to half-time. This is where Everton get the first goal. I'm telling you, it's coming. This is where Everton get the goal. 3 minutes to half-time. James Garner wins a corner for the Ev. And it's going to be Illiman and Die, I think, who is going to take it. Michael Keane and James Tarkovsky, the big lads, trotting forward. Come on. Michael Keane header here. Come on. We've got the blue light ready to go. I'm ready for the celebration. It's coming. Everton off this corner. Get a nice little flick on at the near post. Play it to the edge of the box here. Not Illiman and Die. Idrissa Gueye. Get it to Idrissa Gueye on the edge of the box. He can hit it. Oh, it's a terrible ball in. And United cleared it away. That was poor, that. Very poor. Finners Matty says, I don't get why Gary Neville... Oh, yeah, Everton have got it again. It's going to be a throw-in. Don't get why Gary Neville always gets United games, but Carrick never gets Liverpool games. I think because Gary Neville's like very much embedded with Sky now, isn't he? Michael says, Key, why do you have so much hate for Arsenal? Why do I have so much hate for Arsenal? I don't have any hate for Arsenal. Heaven's going to struggle for minutes now. It's 2 centre-backs only playing, yeah. He might go out on loan, maybe. 2 minutes left. Well done, Sarah. Sarah straight in the chat. Well done, fantastic. Fabulous modding from Sarah. Jabber says, I recommend some fake Arsenal law. Arteta never signed Key's Everton jersey, so he became a red and hates any club associated with Mikel. Yeah. Yeah. I'm actually a massive Celtic fan, and Mikel Arteta broke my heart at Rangers. Something like that. It's not true, by the way. I don't want that sort of thing to stick. Noah says, what's your prediction on this game? I think 0-0. I said 0-0 before. I think there's not going to be a goal in this one. I think the way the game's going, more and more, we're going to see... Oh, that's not a foul, referee. That's not a foul. So poor. Welsh Ring says, Key, why do you hate Arsenal? Key, are you slot out? Key, why are Welsh Ring's quizzes better? Oh, that third one hurt even more than the first two. Yeah, it's true. It's very, very true. Sadly. Need to do better, Key. Jake, good lad, well done, mate. Noah says, what are we saying? Syntea says Everton 1, Man United 2. And Julius says, thoughts on the Gabriel dive? It was a dive, wasn't it, from Gabriel? I can't believe that there's even Arsenal fans, who are believing for even a second that it was a dive. That it was a foul. It wasn't. It was never, ever, ever a foul, that. Gabriel throws him. He pulls his legs back, doesn't he? He pulls his legs back. It was never, ever in a million years a foul. Blake says, those moments where you chuckle without saying a word, your mind is cooking up a witty joke. Usually a joke that I wouldn't be allowed to say without getting some sort of a moderate ban. Not anything terrible, just, maybe it's something a little bit blue. Nothing offensive, nothing blue. United, edge of the box, smiles over the bar, and Bruno Fernandes is screaming for a corner kick. What a surprise, Bruno Fernandes having a whinge. You don't see him having a whinge usually. He's usually so placid. What's he having? Is he having a whinge at saying a handball or a corner? He's saying handball or a corner. You made the mistake. You made the mistake. That's what he said then. Don't even have to be a professional lip reader. I got that right. Right, Maguire. No, the ball comes back. Who puts it in? Amad Diallo. No, we're not even seeing it. Welsh Wing says, it wasn't a foul, I admit, but for the game, it wouldn't have changed anyway. Spurs were terrible. You can't say that, because that would have been 2-2. At 2-2, it is a different game, isn't it? Completely different game. Jabber says, this ref, every United slip is a foul given. It is, isn't it? United don't slip, they dive, says Graham. Get him booked. Get him booked. Harry says, for me, it's a foul because at the end of the day, it's a two-hand push. However, it is soft and a massive dive. But two hands on the back do not necessitate a foul. It doesn't. There's got to be some sort of forward motion. There wasn't. It was such a dive. And we had dozens of Arsenal fans in the chat saying, whoa, we really got away with one there. And, they were right. They got away with one. I don't think it necessarily means that Arsenal didn't deserve to win or anything. I'm not going to be that strong on it. Arsenal definitely deserved to win. But that goal should have stood and it should have been 2-2. And at 2-2 with 30 minutes left, maybe it is a different game. Maybe Spurs go on to get something. You never know. But on the balance of the play of the game we actually saw, Arsenal battered him. Here we go. Here's Reece. Wasn't a dive. Almost broke his spine. It was GBH on Gabriel, wasn't it? Welsh Ring says, did you see Wilshere having a go at the Luton fans? I haven't yet. No, what's gone on there? It's half time here at the Hill Dickinson Stadium, and it is Everton 0, Manchester United 0. Not really seen an awful lot in the way of quality from either side. Biggest chance of the game probably went to Amad Diallo, who had a strike about 3-4 minutes in, something like that, and it just trickled towards the goal line. It wiggled under Jordan Pickford. He made a decent save, Pickford, but it was still going towards goal, and Tarkowski, who was on the ground, managed to scoop it away. So, technically one off the line for United. But if we're being dead honest, there's not really been anything else going on in this game. James Garner had a shot for Everton about 40 yards out. Comfortably saved by Senna Lamans. Couple of corners, but nothing particularly to write home about. And other than that, it's just been a bit of a dire game. But Welsh Wing's got a quiz for us. Here we go. Top 10 players born in Merseyside with the most Premier League appearances. I like that. Here we go. Top 10 players born in Merseyside with the most Premier League appearances. Oh, that's a good one. Right. Get your answers in the chat. Born in Merseyside, most Premier League appearances. Right. Gerrard, Rooney. Born in Merseyside. 3 stars says, Key, are my posts showing up? They are, yes. They are. Let me just see. Thanks, Sir and Jabba, seeing them coming up now. So a few people said for some reason that posts haven't been showing up. If you can see them on the screen, this side. Yeah, if you can see them this side, I mean, I'm seeing them all. Reflect says, sloppy match. United physically are poor. They need to put physicality into it. Right, Gerrard second, Rooney third. Trent. Go on, what about Trent? Trent's got to be up there, hasn't he? Carragher. Oh, of course, Carragher. Yeah, Carragher's not a bad one. Kevin Nolan. Good answer. I'm trying to think of player interviews where there were clear Scousisms. Carragher, Curtis Jones hasn't had many. Carragher's first, right? Carragher's first. Scouse Liverpool, Everton. Tony Hibbert. Tony Hibbert's a Scouser, isn't he? Tony Hibbert. I bet Tony Hibbert's one. Not Anthony Gordon, not Jones. I bet Tony Hibbert's in the list. McManaman, yeah. I bet Steve McManaman's one. What about Joey Barton? What about Not So Common Sense? I bet Joey Barton's in there. Yeah, Steve McManaman. Leighton Baines, course. Bainesy. Baines on toast. Gotta be Leighton Baines. Carragher, that famous blue. Always. Do you remember the rumour with Jamie Carragher? It was never true, but there was a rumour that Jamie Carragher always wore long shirts because he had an Everton tattoo. And that stuck without, like for his entire career, basically, that stuck. Ross Barkley. Barkley 7th. I like that. Not Barton. Okay, Barkley 7th. Not Joey Barton. That's amazed me. Did we say Kevin Nolan? Hibbert's 12th. Oh, well, not quite Hibbert. Baines is 4th. Good answer. What about Kevin Nolan? McManaman, Nolan, Trent. McAteer. I mean, McAteer was born in there. He's Irish, isn't he? But that probably counts. Hopefully that counts. Leon Osman. Ozzy. Yeah, Ozzy. Ozzy was a Scouser. Fowler. Have we not put... I am ashamed, Andy. I am absolutely ashamed that I've not mentioned Robbie Fowler. Osman is 5th. Robbie Fowler's got to be in there. Did we say Kevin Nolan? Nolan. You said Nolan's 12th. You said Hibbert's 12th. Right, well, either way, Nolan's not in there, I'm guessing. What about Steve McManaman, Trent and Fowler? Michael Owen wasn't born in Liverpool. He was born in Chester, wasn't he? Simicast. Not Fowler. Fowler's played less than bloody Leon Osman. Less than Ross Barkley. That's crazy. Legend FK, I have to stop typing for a minute. I'm having Baines on toast. Curtis Jones, we've tried. Ricky Lambert, I don't think will be in there. He didn't really play too much in the Premier League. He was very much a lower league player until the back end of his career. JGK, Key, I had a strong dislike for you as an Arsenal fan, but recently I'm starting to like you. I'll have to do better, mate. I'll have to keep trying. Sorry. Stick around. Stay in. I appreciate that. Believe it or not. Comments like that. Appreciate it. Thanks, man. Stick around. Good lad. McManaman is 8th. Okay, Stephen McManaman is 8th. We're doing, if you're just joining us, we're doing a quiz on the top 10 players born in Merseyside with the most Premier League appearances. So far, we've got Baines, Leighton Baines, 4th, Barkley, 7th, Leon Osman, 5th, Steve McManaman, 8th, Gerrard, 2nd, Rooney, 3rd, Carragher, 1st. Who else? Tarkowski's not Scouse, is he? What about Connor Cody? Connor Cody's born in St Helens. Actually, went to school with my missus. Sat next to her in maths. Got some stories about Connor Cody. But yeah, that's my little claim. Well, it's not really a claim to fame. My missus sat next to Connor Cody in maths when they were in school. Manchester United win with score 2-0, says Daya. Okay. You've got 9th and 10th left. So we've got 1st, 2nd, 3rd. 4th was Baines. 5th was Osman. Who was 6th? I've missed 6th. Who was 6th? Cody's 14th. Cresswell. Aaron Cresswell is 10th. How didn't we get... Cresswell's a great answer. Who was 6th? Scott Dan. Scott Dan's a great answer, Foxy. Yeah, Connor Cody's 14th. Jay Spearing. Rudiger. Famous Scouser Antonio Rudiger. Everything all and key. How are things? Great result. Good lad. Evening, Alex. Pele. Trent was 6th. All right, okay. Trent was 6th. So we have got 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th. 7th was Barkley. 8th was McManaman. 10th was Cresswell. And 9th was... Joe, was he any good at maths? I've never asked her that question, to be honest. Maybe I need to. Probably ask her that tonight. Quick question, love, before bed. Is Connor Cody ever any good at maths? Jabber says, I was surprised to see Cody doing studio commentating. And Daya says, who will be win? Say something, take your prediction. I think 0-0, Daya. 0-0 for me. Is Michael Keane in the list? Michael Keane's not Merseyside, is he? Michael Keane was born in Manchester. Sure, that'll get you points. Legend FK says, Arsenal will win the title. Really can't see City stopping him. Trent was 6th. We need one more. Who was 9th? Well, we've not got 9th yet, have we? I don't know. I'm struggling for 9th. I'm really struggling for 9th. Craig Boy, do you think Arsenal will win the league or still bottle it? Honest opinion. I think you've got the best squad. You've got the best squad, so you should win it. Yeah. Keane is a mank. Keane and Tarkowski both mank. Go on, Welshwing. Give us the final answer. Give us 9th. Who was 9th? 9th is Di Stefano. Blake says Clint Hill or David Nugent. Surely not David Nugent, but Clint Hill's not a bad answer. Franny Jeffers. Franny Jeffers, was he in the Premier League long enough? Felt like he came on the scene very big, but then kind of just played for Everton for a long time. Oh, Stubbsy! David Stubbs. David Stubbs. Alan Stubbs. Surely it's Alan Stubbs. Bet it's Alan Stubbs. Is it Stubbsy? Gotta be Stubbs. Stephen Pienaar. Kumas. We tried Joey Barton. Yeah, we tried Joey Barton. It's not Joey Barton. Is it Stubbs? I'm trying to think of Scousers who played for Everton for a long time. Stubbs. Not Weir. Scottish Weir, wasn't he? Hibbert, we've already said. Baines is Scouse. We've already got him. Scousers who played for Everton for a long time. Lalton says, hello, how are you? Thank you for the chat. I'm good, mate. How are you? Good to see you. Ross Cunningham, I'm back, Key. Good to see you, Ross. Anthony Gordon. No, we've tried Anthony Gordon. Rodwell. Can't see it being Rodwell. Tommy Smith, if we want to go back so far. Unsey. David Unsworth. They didn't even know he was Scouse. David Unsworth, Scouse. I would never have said Unsworth was Scouse. He's born in Chorley. Oh, come on. Chorley's Lancashire. Oh, hey, technicality, Welshring. Technicality. I would have, you know what? And I was thinking Unsworth, but I swore he was born in Manchester. David Unsworth is, well, hey, there you go. That's the quiz. David Unsworth. Chorley, but hey, we'll give it you. Right. Here's mine. Top 25 Manchester United record signings by most expensive signing. Top 25 most expensive Manchester United signings in Premier League history. Get your answers in the chat. Take it to VAR. Yeah. Can we get a check on that, please, sir? Let's get a check on that. I'm not happy with that. Right, here we go. Get your answers in. So, Maguire, yes, Maguire is 3rd, 87 million. Lukaku, 5th, 85. Pogba, top, 105. Benjamin Sesko, 7th, 77 million. Rooney. No, Rooney's not in there, believe it or not. Anthony is, though. He's 2nd, 95. Rio Ferdinand is 21st, 45 million. Yoro is 14th, 62 million. Di Maria is 9th, 75 million. Keep your answers coming in. Varane. Raphael Varane is... Where was Varane? Don't think he was in there, was he? No, Varane's not in there. I think Varane was signed maybe back end of his career, so it was a small fee. Wan-Bissaka, 18th, 52. Good answer. Casemiro is 11th, 70 million quid. Not Falcao. We've got Yoro. We've got Pogba. Matic is 24th, 44 million. Andre Onana is 19th, 50 million. Good answer. Brian Mbeumo, 8th, 75 million. Cunha, 10th, 74 million. We're doing the top 25 Manchester United most expensive signings. Get your answer in the chat. So far, we've got Pogba, Anthony, Maguire, Lukaku, Sesko, Mbeumo, Di Maria, Cunha, Casemiro, Yoro, Wan-Bissaka, Onana, Rio, and Matic. If there's any others, get your answer in. Ibrahimovic, no. Not Sanchez. No, not Sanchez. Mata is correct. Yeah, Mata, 44 million. David De Gea, no. David De Gea was only 18 million. De Ligt is right, though. 44 as well. Van Persie. No, Van Persie's not in there, but Martial is. Anthony Martial, 60 million plus a Ballon d'Or clause. You've still got 2 in the top 6 you've not got. Sancho, there you go, Ross. Well done, Ross. Sancho's right. Good answer. Sancho's right. Mason Mount we've already got. Still 1 in the top 10. Veron. Yes, Juan Sebastian Veron, 25th. Not Tevez, no. Not Tevez. We've already got Sesko. We've got Pogba. We've got Di Maria. We've got Veron. We've got Pogba. We've got Sancho. Højlund. Rasmus Højlund is 6th. Donny van der Beek is not in there. No, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 left to get. 5 left to get. One of them's playing tonight. Onana is not a player I can save. Only not the only. He can't back text for his girlfriend. Cunha we've already got. Yeah. So you've got the top 12. I need Bruno. There you go. Bruno Fernandes, 65 million. Still 2, 3 more to get. Lisandro Martinez is right. 57 million. Good answer, Foxy. Not Nani. Not Rooney. We've got Rio. We've got Yoro. We've got Sesko. We've got Anthony. We've got Delo. Players are just coming out the tunnel, so we need to get this wrapped up. 2 more left to go. 2 midfielders, both centre mids. 2 centre mids. Fred. There you go, Fred. 59 million. 1 more centre mid to get. Not a very good one. And he's still at the club. It's not Greenwood. Camera's just panned to Sesko. It is Agate. There you go. It wasn't Herrera. Not a bad shout, but it was Agate. There you go. Top 25. Manchester United. Most expensive signings in Premier League history. Number 25, Juan Sebastian Veron. 24 was Matic. 23rd, Juan Mata. 22nd, De Ligt. 21st, Rio Ferdinand. 20th, Agate. 19th, Andre Onana. 18th, Wan-Bissaka. 17th, Lisandro Martinez. 16th, Fred. 15th, Anthony Martial. 14th, Yoro. 13th is Bruno Fernandes. 12th, Mount. 11th, Casemiro. 10th, Cunha. 9th, Di Maria. 8th, Mbeumo. 7th, Sesko. 6th, Højlund. 5th, Lukaku. 4th, Sancho. 3rd, Maguire. 2nd, Anthony. And 1st, Pogba. And we're off for the second half with that. If you enjoyed that quiz, big thank you to Welshwing for bringing his as well. And making a spur, because we accidentally did yours, mate. I apologise. But yeah, massive thank you to Welshwing for this. Everton chance. Hit it. Oh, good save. Unlucky. Oh, so unlucky. Everton started the first half with a chance. And they've started the second half with a chance. First shot on target. Literally 30 seconds in. Ball comes across, and it was James Garner at the far post. Probably should do a bit better, actually, Garner. It wasn't Garner, it was Harrison Armstrong. Reese, I've really liked Van der Sar as a pundit. I like Van der Sar. Van der Sar, for me, for a long, long time, would have been my all-time, like, Premier League best ever goalkeeper in the Prem. Before Alisson arrived, genuinely, for me, if I'm naming my top 3 Premier League goalkeepers ever, it's Alisson and Van der Sar. I genuinely believe that. Van der Sar was incredible. And, you know, it's good to see him back to health as well. He had a stroke, didn't he, not too long ago? He was really in a bad way after... Was it a stroke? Was it a stroke or was it... He had a major health issue, didn't he? I think it was a stroke. He had some sort of a major issue at Ajax, and maybe it was a blood clot or an aneurysm or something. He was having a really tough time at Ajax, but it's good to see him back in good health. Van der Sar was unreal in his prime. Exceptional. Still amazed that Fulham managed to pull that deal off, to be honest. Reese, Kat, Barry, how's it going? Air Force One says Everton are going to win this one. Rasta, Everton for the win, fam. You said it, Rasta. And Jabba says, before this match, I rewatched Flying Pig's reaction to the reverse fixture. Always good for a laugh. I like Flying Pig. He's all right, isn't he? Zach Green, any United player you've had respect for? Yeah, lots, to be honest. Dennis Irwin. For me, Dennis Irwin's one of the best, if not the best, left-back I've ever seen in the Prem. So I would have Dennis Irwin as my all-time left-back in a Premier League 11. I thought he was terrific. Ruud van Nistelrooy, I hated, but I just had massive... I still think to this day he was just one of the best, if not the best finisher I've seen. Like, as an out-and-out finisher, just incredible. Brain hemorrhage for Van der Sar it was, I see. Well, yeah, either way. Not great either way, is it? But brain hemorrhage, and thankfully he's certainly well enough to be doing Monday Night Football. So good to see him back to full health. Dea says, what about Peter Schmeichel? Peter Schmeichel was brilliant too. Yeah, he was brilliant too. I just feel like Schmeichel came to the Prem very late. He was 30, wasn't he, by the time he actually got to the league. A little bit like Zola. Gianfranco Zola, JJ Okocha. A lot of these players who were seen as like Premier League icons, two-guy, they arrived to the Premier League very, very late. And, Peter Schmeichel started a great career. He was basically in the Prem for nearly a decade after he arrived at the age of 30. But, yeah, no, not for me. I think Schmeichel was very good, but I would still say Van der Sar was better, in my humble opinion. Can't deny Rooney was... Yeah, Rooney too, Gamer Guru. Very true. Rooney was fabulous. Absolutely fantastic player. In fact, if we were to do... Let's do a combined 11. If we was to do a combined 11 of these two sides, how many Everton players get in? Is Rooney the only one? Well, actually, yeah, it probably is, isn't it? I was trying to think of a way we could do it where we would maybe squeeze in, like, maybe if we pick, like, the best ever Everton side. Well, all right, let's do that. The best ever Everton players under David Moyes. Let's have that as a caveat. They've got to have played for Everton under David Moyes, plus this current United side. That's a good one to do. Let's do that. A current Manchester United side versus an all-time David Moyes Everton 11. How many players get in? If I'm doing an all-time David Moyes 11 for Everton, it's Pickford or Howard versus Senna Lamans, isn't it? Pickford or Howard versus Senna Lamans. I think I'd go Pickford, bizarrely. I think Howard was a very good keeper, though. But I think Pickford's better. He pulls off the bigger saves when he's needed to. Been a bit of a liability at times, but you could say that about Tim Howard, and Senna Lamans still so young. Playing for handball. Brian and Burmo's just skied it. Massive chance for United. Oh, ball into the box. And I tell you what, they might look back on that one with a bit of regret. Tarkovsky, is there a claim for a handball here, though? As the ball comes in from the right-hand side, Everton give the ball away so cheaply. As it comes in, Tarkovsky, he just gets the clearance all wrong. I think it flicks up, so even if it does hit his hand, no, it's off his, I think it's off his chest. If it does hit his hand, it wouldn't count anyway because it's a bit of a deflection. But it falls to Mbeumo, 6-yard box. All he's got to do is get it on target. And he skies it over the bar. 2 points for Wigan. Difficult one, that. Jelavic for definite if it's Everton only. I would go Pickford in goal. Jabba says Pickford for sure. It'd have to be Pickford. Right back, you've got Tony Hibbert, or it's got to be Coleman, hasn't it? It's Coleman or Delo. it's there. It's Seamus Coleman. Peak Seamus Coleman. Centre backs, Maguire, Yoro, Martinez, Distan, Jagielka, Branthwaite. I think you'd have to say Jags would be in there, wouldn't he? I think you'd put Jags in maybe. If it was to be managed by David Moyes, I think he'd want someone like... I mean, for me, I don't know if you agree, I think Lisandro Martinez is United's best defender. He's a bit small, he's a bit diminutive, but I think he's a very good player. I think Harry Maguire would be more suited to Moyes, though. So maybe it'd be Jags and Maguire. And then left back would have to be Baines, wouldn't it? So already Everton are winning this one. Everton are winning it. Midfield. Let's say we're going to go with a 4-4-2. Everton's best centre... Well, you could probably go 4-4-2/4-5-1 and we'd go Cahill and Mbeumo, wouldn't we? Or Cahill and Mbeumo would probably be the centre forward. Cahill just off Mbeumo. And then midfield... Bruno Fernandes. Arteta. Fellaini. Casemiro for sure. Really, do you think? Garner, Gravison to skirt everyone. Lescott, oh, of course. Do you know what? Jags and Lescott. Oh, it's Stones. Did Stones play under Moyes back end of his career? I don't think he did. That was Martinez, wasn't it? It's Jags and Lescott, innit? It's Jags and Lescott. United haven't got a player in the side so far. Arteta probably does have to be in there, doesn't he? Pienaar, Bruno, Cahill and Burma. No, I'd go Cunha. Arteta, Bruno, Cahill and Burmo. That's right, isn't it? So how many players have we got there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I've got one more player that can squeeze in. Casemiro at his best. How's that? Garner Gay, you're right. Shell, you're right. I have to agree with Shell. It's gay. It's very gay. It's definitely Idrissa Gana Gay. Idrissa Gana Gay, for me, at his best, is one of the best centre defensive midfielders we've seen in the Premier League in the last 10, 15 years. So there you go. Pickford, Coleman, Jags, Lescott, Baines, Gay, Arteta, Cunha, Bruno, Cahill and Burmo. Everton win that one. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8-3. 8-3 to Everton. They smash it. K2, how's it going, mate? Jabba says having both Cunha and Mbeumo on the same side at the same time should be illegal. Good players, aren't they? The Moyes dream team. Cahill and Mbeumo front two with a Fellaini Bruno pivot stinks. You've got to have Tim... Lee Carsley was very good, wasn't he? Yeah. Lee Carsley was excellent. Foxy says forwards, Rooney is the obvious one, but I love Jakubu. Feed the yak and he will score. United feels like they're starting to grow a little bit more into the game now. Delo pulls the ball back. Good block from Michael Keane. It's tough. It's very tough, this one. Joe says, wow, Key calling Arteta gay. I didn't call Arteta gay. I'm talking about Idrissa Gana gay. Stop it. We don't do that here. Real Life says those fan reactions are having a field day with this stream. They'd be clipping me up saying Key, raging homophobe. he hates the Chinese and he's a raging homophobe. These Arsenal fans, they're going to clip me up and get me all, take it out of context. No context, Key. The Pride of Merseyside says, Joe, don't even know why I laughed at that. Still on for my predictions, Julius. I still think 0-0. Varane was brilliant at Real Madrid. Jake says, who do you think's going to win this game? I said 0-0, Jake, and I think it's going to be. And Burmo's gone down holding his face here. Referee's gone wandering over to him, and he's certainly asking the question. I mean, he's gone from holding his face in absolute agony to peeking through and just seeing, is the referee coming over and having a look? Is he actually going to come over and maybe give a card here? Michael Keane, and it was Tarkowski. Oh, come on. Come on. Tarkowski's, he just stands up and holds his ground. You're not getting a red for that. What are you asking for here? Air Force Ones, how's it going? Joe says Key's going to be all over the FYP tonight. Key Thomas villain edits. Key Thomas Oswald Cobblepot saga. Foxy says McFadden was decent for Everton. Do you know who I always liked for Everton? Naismith. I always thought Naismith was a really good player for them as well. Legend FK says, Key, what's your opinion of Valverde? Wonderful player. Yeah, for me, maybe my favourite Real Madrid player. Vinicius is probably maybe... No, I like Vinicius. I like Vinicius a lot. That's a foul. Well done, ref. Good lad. Liam says, can you wake me up when this game is done, please, Key? I did warn you. I did say a dour 0-0 tonight. You won't listen. Jabba says, that's a disgraceful, and Burmo is a charlatan. Gamer Guru says, holding your face means your face wasn't touched in football. And Reggie says, if Arsenal win at the weekend, we get St. Tottenham's Day on the 1st March. It gets earlier every year. Didn't Naismith score in the 2-2 in 12-13? I don't know. The only thing I remember Naismith scoring, didn't he score a hat-trick against Chelsea? And I also remember him scoring an absolute worldie, one of the best finishes I've seen away at Norwich at Carrow Road. Very, very good player, Naismith. Foxy says, remember Manuel Fernandes for Everton as well, yeah. On loan from Benfica. Didn't he get him back? Because they signed him and he was like incredible for like a few games. Everton fans were like, oh my God, we've got to sign this player. He was unbelievable. And then there was rumours that all of a sudden like United were looking at him and there was other players, other teams sort of in the mix. And the loan never got made permanent. He went back to Benfica, I think. I'm sure he went out to somewhere else and then ended up coming back to Everton on loan again for a second time. Landon Donovan did the same, of course, didn't he, I think? But yeah, he came back a second time and it was never quite the same. User874, did you enjoy the Arsenal win yesterday? I did, yeah, loved it. To be honest, I love watching all games of football, mate. Football's brilliant. Do you think a 1-0 finish? I think 0-0, but it might well be 1-0. Whoever scores first, it might well be the reason that they get it. Yeah, well, I don't know. Whoever scores first might win it. That's a Michael Owenism, if ever there was one. Whoever scores the most goals tonight probably wins the game, doesn't they? You know, that's how it works. No, I do. I think the first goal probably decides it. And if I'm dead honest, I don't think there's going to be a goal. I think it's going to be 0-0. Mark, why do you hate Arsenal so much? Mark, that is the most commonly asked question in this live. And for the 22nd time today, I will tell you, like I told all the others, I don't hate Arsenal. Liam says this is as bad as the West Ham Bournemouth game. It's not. It's not as bad as West Ham Bournemouth. Definitely not that bad. Shell need to keep that background blue, Key. Not forever. Definitely not forever. I'll keep it blue for tonight. Tomorrow, it's going yellow for Bodo Glimt. Tomorrow, make sure you've liked and subscribed. We're live for Inter Milan v Bodo Glimt. Inter Milan 1, Bodo Glimt 3 from the first leg. Massive Champions League night tomorrow. Make sure you've liked. Make sure you've subscribed if you're new around here. We're live every day. That's what we do on this channel. We watch games of football together. We do quizzes. We've got fans in the chat from all up and down the football pyramid, from all over the world, who just love watching games of football together. That's what this channel's about. We don't do all the banter is just it's just a bit of banter. To sound like Richard Keys, it was just banter. But it's all good fun. And at the end of the day, we're all football fans. There's nothing bad-natured in it. Legend FK says, I'd have loved to have Rodrigo at Liverpool. Rumours even linked him with us. I don't mind Rodrigo. Yeah, he's okay, but I think we could do better. Quirpy says, streaming live from Kenya, Key. Yes, love that. Lots of love to Kenya, mate. Turn the blue background white. I had it white yesterday for Spurs. Davey says Everton 1-0, penalty in the 95th minute. And the pride of Merseyside says, Key, them head-to-heads look awful for Everton there. Yeah, it's not been a great fixture for Everton over the years. Obviously, they won at Old Trafford, which was brilliant, but it's not been a phenomenal fixture for them in years gone by, sadly. Need a backlight and wear white. A black light and wear white. A black light? Isn't a black light for when you're looking for... What's a black light? A black light was what like they use in CSI. Bladderball, you need to get your son an Arsenal shirt. Can't be getting an Arsenal. I have got an Arsenal shirt, believe it or not. I have actually got an Arsenal shirt. But I've got lots of shirts. It's not like I love Arsenal, believe it or not. The only Arsenal shirt I've got is the Arshavin. When Arshavin scored 4 against us at Anfield, it was the yellow one with blue sleeves and it had like little red piping. Yeah, that's the only Arsenal top I've got. It's about 2008-ish. United lose the ball again in midfield. Craig Boy says, to think Milan were in the Champions League final last season and this season they're on their way out. Yeah, it's been a tough old year for Milan. I mean, they're still top in Serie A. Still very much favourite to win the Scudetto. Blacklight is UV light, makes anything white glow. Right. What a ball that is. Can Tierno Barry get to it? I think he will. He's got Illiman and Dye with him. Here's Illiman and Dye into the box. Good run, good bit of dribbling, lays it off. Gay, strike. Blocked. And it's out for a throw-in for Everton. Joe, why do you love Arsenal, Key? Gamer Guru says Julius needs the lighting to be white because North London is red. Will you ever wear the Arshavin shirt on stream? I will pay. If Arsenal win the quadruple. I'll wear the Arshavin shirt. Go on. Arshavin haunted us that season, as did Makeda, yeah. I mean, listen, he scored 4 and he still didn't win at Anfield. Yossi Benayoun with a late equaliser, wasn't it? Garner's done, he needs to be sub. Yeah, Garner Gay is starting to look a little bit leggy now. Irabunum maybe needs a little bit of help in there, but he is starting to look a little bit leggy. Ball over to the far side. Luke Shaw flicks it away. Everton are coming back into it more as an attacking threat, though. Good ball in. Barry. Hit it. Oh, what are you doing? Jared Branthwaite. Nice composure. Hit it. Oh, just wide. Everton corner. Good strike from Dewsbury Hall. Come on, the Ev. Come on. K2, I'm going to hold you to that, Key. Oh, you're not winning the quad. Behave yourself. Ryan Lamb says, Key. Oh, God, for God's sake, don't start it, Ryan. Don't set him off. Rasta says quadruple for the Arsenal fan. Harry says, we haven't kept an away clean sheet all season. This will be an Everton win. Please. Please. It's about time this game came alive, and it's going to here. I've had a feeling an Everton corner is where the goal happens. Come on. Dewsbury Hall's going to whip it in. Oh, claim for a penalty. Branthwaite's gone down here. Delo and Casemiro wrestling with him. It was borderline a power slam, that ref. Come on, point to the spot. It was Delo. That's, Jesus Christ. I've seen rugby tackles less physical than that. Come on. Yeah, Branthwaite. Look at Branthwaite. He's saying, yeah, come on. Try it again. Try it again. Come on. Let's have it. Flick on at the near post here. Let's get an Everton goal. The roof is coming off here. If Everton nick it in front. If they get one, I'm telling you, I think Everton win it full stop. Header. Oh! Out to the edge of the box. Gay! Oh! Just now it's cleared away. It's all the way back to Jordan Pickford, I think. No, Gay picks it back up in midfield. There's still 25 minutes left. There is time for a winner. There's definite time for a winner. Adzo says, one of the worst games I've watched all season. Terrible quality. Everton give the ball away again. So unnecessary. So unnecessary. Amad Diallo picks it up and he gives it off to Sesko. United flying forward. There's a claim for a free kick. Oh, and Cunha just lost his feet. He stumbled. He's not even complaining to the ref. Cunha was racing through on goal. He had Sesko to his left. All he had to do was pass it off to him. And he carried on going. And he slipped on the famous slippy Hill Dickinson turf. It's been very, very slippy tonight. Feels like every player's been losing their feet. What's with Garner and his white leggings? Garner's got white leggings on. Oh, he has? I didn't see that. I don't know. I've never noticed that before. Gamer Guru says, you want to see a physical tackle? Look at that foul on Gabriel yesterday. Brutal push. Yeah, Reece said he could have broke his spine. Could have killed him, Gamer Guru. Oh, lucky to be walking. It is, yeah. It's reminiscent of the... what's his name? What's the guy's name who commentates on the wrestling? Jim Ross. God damn, nearly broke him in half. Header. Oh, straight into Senna Lamans. The masked man, Jokeres. Real life says he always has his leg skins on. Does he really? It's the first time I've noticed it. Shell says you're supposed to be enjoying it, Key. You look more stressed than you... Well, I am. I am more stressed. There's more riding on this for me than there is for you, Shell. I know you're an Everton fan. But if you lads lose this... I mean, what are we really talking about? We're really talking about the difference between Everton finishing 13th or 12th. Whereas if United win this, we might be on Thursday nights next year. I'm going to have to rejig the whole Premier League dad schedule. Jim Ross, by God. Somebody stop the damn match. Rohale says, sorry I had to leave the chat earlier. I have severe anxiety and it kicks in randomly. No worries, mate. No, listen, it's all good. I appreciate you sticking around and coming back in when you can. Real life in the winter, of course, not the summer. Poor game. Adzo, which game are you watching tomorrow in the Champions League? I am watching Bodo Glimt at the San Siro. 3-1 up from the first leg. Yeah, Inter Milan 1, Bodo Glimt 3. Should be a really, really good game, that one. And to be honest, that Manchester City defeat in Norway looking less and less bad, really, isn't it? It's looking a lot more reasonable. Oh, Harrison Armstrong and Bruno Fernandes having a little shoving match here. Go on, deck him, Harrison. It's not like Bruno Fernandes to have a whinge. Go on. Give him a Chinese burn or something. Julius, where do Spurs finish? Where do Spurs finish? I would say Spurs at about 14th, 15th. Like, you'll start to focus on the Champions League again, same as you did last year. If Everton win this, they could catch Liverpool. Behave yourself. Devil Saka is coming on. Isn't it evil Saka? Tyreek George. He's not come on yet. It's an Everton corner here. Here we go. Far post. Tarkovsky. Got to get it back in. Oh, unlucky. Good claim from Lamans. Senna Lamans is... It's the one thing I'll give him credit for. He's incredibly commanding aerially. He's done really well at actually, picking the ball up and dominating when the ball's in the air. Jabber, this is going to get chippy. Heat's been rising. Good header there by Garner Gay. Did well. I reckon Everton are going to nick this, says Christine. Everton are playing better. Doing all right so far. Sarah says Bruno would be crying if he gave him a Chinese burn. Lamans is the best goalkeeper United have had for a while now. He's definitely calmed things down at the back for him, hasn't it? I mean, it couldn't have got much less. Or much... What's the expression I was going for there? Couldn't have got less chaotic. Couldn't have got more chaotic than they had with Onana. But yeah, for a young goalkeeper who's come in... I mean, I don't think he's been, terrific. There's been United fans who've come in these lives and said... Is Senna Lamans in the top 3 goalkeepers in the Premier League. Stuff like that. I mean, no, I don't think he's anywhere close to that, but he's a young goalkeeper. He's made some mistakes. Some of the goals I've looked at and thought, could have done better on that one. But by and large, you'd expect a bit of a mistake here and there. Bryan Mbeumo's away here. Massive chance for United. Massive chance. Must be. What a goal. What a goal on the counter-attack. And I tell you what, Everton, you've fallen to bits. We can't rely on you for nothing. Benjamin Sesko, massive counter-attack from United. What a ball that is. And Mbeumo flying away. Do you know what? Why was nobody looking inside there? Why was nobody looking at Sesko flying forward? He's got pace to burn, the lad. And he was all on his own in the middle. It was 2-on-1. Everton committing too many bodies forward. And United have gone in front 1-0. Absolutely disastrous. And we needed Everton to score first. There's no way at all he's come back. We know United like throwing leads away, but they don't throw this one away now. And Mbeumo rolls it across. Lovely little pass. No need for Sesko to even slow down. He just can run straight onto it. It's a perfect weight. Perfect pass. Fabulous ball from Mbeumo. Great finish. Can't knock it. Can't knock it. Great goal. Frustrating. Disgusting. Yeah, not happy with it, but it's a goal. It's a good goal for United. And Everton's winless run at home continues. 18 minutes plus added time left to go. We now need a toffee miracle. And we're not going to get one. We are not going to get one. Not like that. Christine, they'll win now, I think. Sadly. Sesko's on a bit of a run recently, isn't he? Pride of Merseyside says Keane is so blind to Sesko behind him. Awful defending. Harrison Armstrong off, Tyreek George on. Are we going to get an evil Saka late winner? End of the season game. It's, to be honest, yeah. Government name unknown says, is it bad that I think it's nice to see United back with the top teams? I actually felt sorry for them for being a mid-low table team for like a decade. Listen, I want United to be somewhere near the top. I think it's much better, to be honest. I would rather Liverpool be battering United in title races and, you know, beating them 1-0 in title races is far more enjoyable in many ways than beating them 7-0. Like, that was a wonderful day and it was fantastic, but you want it to mean something. You want it to be riding on something, and ultimately 7-0, it was so far away from us. And I kind of agree with you, mate. I know where you're coming from. I want to see I want to see Liverpool and United dominating at the top of the league and us beating them. Blake says worst possible result for Liverpool. It's not a great result, but it's also not the worst either. We're still only 3 points behind United with this, and yeah, we've still got to play them. Got to play them at Old Trafford. We've got to beat them at Old Trafford, and I think we will. It's not been a great... Let's be honest, this hasn't been a great performance from United either. Veronica says another goal incoming. K2, whoever gets the first goal will probably win, says Key. I said it, and I think it probably is the case. Sadly. More chance getting a toffee crisp. Government name unknown says give them 5th and let Liverpool finish 4th while Chelsea finish 6th. There's no chance Villa finish ahead of all 3 of them, mate. Villa are going to be far more likely to put it in the net. What are you doing? Why are you doing? Put it in the net. Oh, you absolute donut. Put it in the net. Oh, Tierno Barry. He went for that then. He should have just put it in the net. Senna Lammon's a bit of a mix-up there. And for whatever reason, Tierno Barry had the ball and he just needed to tap it into an empty net and the referee stopped the game. He'd have given the referee a decision to make there. Come on, Everton, give us one last chance. Give us something. It's been such a poor, timid, tame performance from Everton. There's got to be a chance left in this game. There's got to be it. Foxy says, I'd like to see Spurs in the Championship. Bring that toxic fan base back to reality. It's a corner. Lenny Yoro does well to get it away. Blake says, what makes you so confident Villa will drop off? Have you watched them recently? Forget just the results. The results have been terrible. Got beat by 10 men Brentford at home. Beat by Everton at Villa Park. Beat by Newcastle. Dropped points to Leeds. Probably should have been beaten by Leeds. at Villa Park. Drew away at Bournemouth. They're just not really looking themselves in the league for some time, Villa. I think the injuries have really started to curtail the season. Good ball. Lamens punches it away. Unlucky. DN, do you think the Champions League will be 5 places? It will. Yeah. Far too likely that it won't be at this point. Rasta, like, share and subscribe, fans. Thanks very much, Rasta. Yeah, if you're new around here and you enjoy these sorts of watch-alongs, if you enjoy football, if you love football, like everyone in this chat loves football, you'll find, given the amount of hate that I get from Arsenal fans and United fans and Chelsea fans, there's a hell of a lot of Arsenal, United and Chelsea fans in the chat. Not to mention Notts County fans, Forest fans, Everton fans. There's loads of fans in the chat from all different clubs. If you like that sort of thing, make sure you've liked, followed, subscribed. We're on the road to 20k. See what we can break before the World Cup. I was only on 5k at the start of December. It's flown. Paul says, I'd love to see us finish 1 place below City. As long as... Actually, I think we was only on 5k about the start of January, to be honest. Paul, I'd love to see us finish 1 place below City as long as we finish 4th from bottom. Finner says, to be fair to Villa, their midfield has been dissipated. It has. I mean, John McGinn's a massive loss. Mazraoui coming on here for Manchester United. It was Harrison Armstrong, by the way, that came off for Tyrick George, but Mazraoui has just come on for United. Chris says, what's happening with this game? Pickford gets a yellow for what? I think it was dissent. He went over to the referee to have a chat with him, and I think the referee didn't take too kindly to it. Pickford is such a rat, can't stand him. That was what Welsh thinks, that wasn't me. Government name unknown says, do you think next season's Champions League final will be 2 English teams? Could well be this season. By the way, the Champions League this season has City and Arsenal on the same side. The same side of the pot. So they can't... The only time that City and Arsenal can meet is in a Champions League quarter or semi. I'm not sure. I think that happens. I think we do see a 2-legged Champions League knockout tie between City and Arsenal before the season is out. I'm almost certain of that. Cole says, keep doing you, Key. Arsenal fan here. Love that, mate. Thank you very much. Great to see. I appreciate you coming in and saying that. I really do. Foxy says, Villa overachieved this season for me. They had terrible PSR problems in the season. Forced to sell so to kind of be involved in the title race is great work. I do think they have to go and win that Europa, though. I think they will. You look at the teams that are in the Europa. There's not many that I look at and think, I think Villa would struggle against them over maybe a 2-leg. Lyon finished top. I think Lyon would be a tough one. Villa finished second. Midtjylland, Betis. I think Midtjylland are a great team, but I think Villa would do them over 2 legs. Betis, Porto, Roma, Stuttgart were terrific against Celtic the other night. I think they'd give Villa a game. Be interested to see Sebastian Hoeneß against Villa over 2 legs. Other than that, I don't look at anyone left in the Europa League and think Villa couldn't do them. Header, edge of the box, Gay. Bastard. Come on, United, says Zippy. And Blake says Stuttgart could do some damage. Yeah, Stuttgart are very, very good. Christine, 1-1, do you think? No negativity in the chat. Craig says the new format has made the Europa League so poor. Do you not think... I think that's kind of a trade-off with trying to squeeze more teams and more games into it. And I think long-term it makes it better. Short-term it maybe makes it worse. Like, the Europa League and the Conference League were stronger because teams dropped down from the other tournaments. Like, the Champions League teams coming into the Europa League that was always a thing, wasn't it? I feel like it's better that the Europa League is segmented now, but short term it will mean that it's maybe less, lower in quality. And you've got teams like, same with Champions League, to be honest, Karabag going far and Ferencvaros doing quite well, and teams like that really maybe have no business doing well in it. Look at Zrinski Mostar. Zrinski Mostar have held Palace in midweek. You'll see more teams like that. Is Fernandes playing? Bruno Fernandes, yes. Ironically, I think Forest would be the team Villa would least like to face. Yeah, it's fair enough. Here's Sesko. UEFA have done really well with this new format. They're certainly getting a lot more games out of it, aren't they? A lot more games, a lot more sponsorship, a lot more revenue. But then, that's maybe me looking at it cynically. It's also a good opportunity for a lot of new teams to get into Europe and get revenue that they otherwise would never have had. So maybe it's better for football too. Certainly better for channels like mine where all we do is watch football every day. I love it. Who would you get back at United, Rashford or McTominay? Great question, that. I really appreciate the super chat, gents. Thanks for that, mate. Who would I get back at United, Rashford or McTominay? I think Rashford, short term, would maybe have the most impact, but I think McTominay is the better player. I think McTominay would need to play in the position that Bruno Fernandes currently occupies. Strike! Oh, what a save! Who was that? Tell me that was Michael Keane. It was! Honestly, Michael Keane. What a strike this is! That's going right in the postage stamp, and Senna Lamans just tips it over. It's maybe a bit more of a Hollywood save than I was expecting, but it was a tip over the bar from Senna Lamans. Strike from distance from Michael Keane, 30 yards out. It's a rocket. It's absolutely flying into the top bins. Good save from Lamans to push it over. Chris, are you doing the World Cup? Some late games on. I am potentially flying to the US to get some... To get on their time zone so that I can do all the World Cup games. That's hopefully. We'll see what happens. I'm not convinced on that just yet, but given that the World Cup, there's a lot of games that are kicking off at 11 p.m, 2 a.m, 3 a.m. These are times that I can't really do if I'm in the UK. So there's a genuine possibility, we've talked about it, me, the missus and my little girl, that we might fly to somewhere in the US just to get on their time zone. Not anywhere near the World Cup. Maybe somewhere like Nebraska or Utah. Not necessarily somewhere that you'd think, that's exactly where you'd go if you were going to go to the US. But just somewhere with, Delaware. Hi, I'm in Delaware. Yeah, let's just go to Delaware and we'll be on the US time zone. Oh, is that going to be another corner? Another corner, another corner, another corner. Yes, another corner for Everton. Love that. Yeah, and that's dedication. Listen, no point half-arsing this. No point half-arsing it. You've got to do it. Foxy says Key's going to be bankrupt after the day in the USA. Crazy prices. I am not planning to be leaving the apartment or villa or wherever we are. I would literally be going there, mate, to get on US time zone. And for 6 weeks, all I would be doing is this every day. Cuba against Curacao. That would be the plan because it's just so important. So the plan would be that, I think. Make Slytherin great again. Just cornfields. Yeah. Bookings for everyone. Nebraska shit. I can't say I've ever been. Chris Slater, need a personal assistant. I'm free. Christine Howard, what do you think the score will end? I'm hoping 1-1. It's another corner to Everton. We've got a succession of corners here as the game is coming to an end. Ball whipped in. Lamans punches it away and United get it clear just about. Delaware is crap. Have you been to Delaware, Blake? I've never known anyone go to Delaware. Ethan says Florida, Alaska. Yeah, I mean, anywhere. Wherever's the cheapest. Literally, wherever is the cheapest. I'm going. The whole purpose is to go for the time zone. There's no other reason. Ian says, Key, come to SF. We can get a beer together. Is that where you are, mate? I'd love to go there. That'd be so cool. Yeah, I mean, that is genuinely something we're looking at. We've priced up flights and stuff to different states just to try and get on the time zone for 6 weeks. Do you think the Carrick will get the job? If not, who will? I think he probably will. Yeah, I think United will get top 6, top 5. And I think he will get the job because they can't not give it to him. I think the fan pressure will be so much that United couldn't hire anyone else. That if they appointed, let's say they hired someone, like Oliver Glasner. Let's say they hired Oliver Glasner, right? And Glasner's a good manager. Let's say Glasner came in and United fans would warmly embrace him and, he would be good for a while. As soon as it started, as it always does with new managers, there's always going to be a little bit of a, few road bumps and you've got to ride it out as a fan base. As soon as that started to happen, there'd be a silhouette behind him. Do you know, like the Undertaker meme in wrestling? Have you seen that where the Undertaker's just behind him and the light comes on and the Undertaker's there? Michael Carrick behind Oliver Glasner or whoever it would be. Michael Carrick would be the silhouette in the background of every United manager because it would be like, you give it to Carrick. I can't believe you didn't give it to him. He was incredible when he got us the Champions League. They've now got to see it through. And I think that is what happens. Jabba says food is expensive here, often surprises visitors, plus tipping culture. We'd just be living out of 7-Elevens for a while, mate. To be honest, I've got a mate he lives in Florida. I could maybe go there, but Florida's pretty expensive and there's World Cup games in Florida, so again, prices would rise. 3-star says, can you bring me back a set of those Mickey Mouse ears, please, Keith? Or swipe me the Route 66 sign. Seriously though, hope you and your family make the trip. It's it might not happen. We're just looking at it at the minute, but it's because I want to do as many World Cup games as possible, but I'm aware that I probably can't if I stay in the UK. Come on, Illiman and Dye. Driving at the fullback. Rasta says Glasner to United, K or Liverpool. Slot lost the plot, mate. No, absolutely not. Arne Slot's got to stay at Liverpool, mate. Foxy says, not a fan of the US tipping culture. I don't like paying automatic regardless of the service. If you do a good job, fair enough. I'm a very generous tipper, but I don't like tipping unless it's... But then again, a lot of these people are on, like, tips only. Like, they don't even get a wage in the US in some places, do they? So tips, like, they live off tips. So you've kind of got to do it. James Garner's been good for Everton, says make Slithering great again. He's done okay. Ryan, do you think Oliver Glasner will get the Spurs job, Key? I think it's looking like Pochettino after the US World Cup. I think Pochettino goes back there, apparently. That seems to be the case. DN, would you not just change your sleep around? It's very dangerous for me specifically to do that, mate, because I've got epilepsy and having lack of sleep can really, really cause issues. So I have to be very cautious with that. And the last thing I want to do is have a seizure live on stream at 3 a.m. So, I just have to be cautious. I have to be very careful. And but hey, maybe I don't know, Christ, that maybe the views would go up. There's some sick people who'd quite enjoy that, I guess. I've had some very awful comments. So, Reese, I thought Ndiaye was meant to be a good player. He's been about as useful as a raw chicken today. It's only about a 5-hour difference. The problem is, you'd have to change your whole schedule. And it's not every day. It's not the same pattern every day. So there's some days where there's 2 games, like one at 3 in the afternoon and one at 8 or 9 o'clock at night. I could do those. No problem. It's the Scotland against Haiti game, which is at 2 a.m. How do you stay up and do all of that? You can't do all 3 of them. It's going to be so difficult. California's expensive and is a hassle to travel. And Gamer Guru, annoying that the Walters need tips. Or the waiters need tips to survive, need to build a union. Creed says, bloody hell, Everton. So going to be a corner to United. 15 seconds plus added time left. It's looking more and more likely like it's going to be a United win, sadly. Go to Costa Rica. Love that place. Just inviting you to visit Zambia to enjoy in Zambia. The Chipolo Polo. Love Zambia, mate. Lots of love. Nigel says, Key, if you go to Florida, USA, try Ponderosa International Drive, Orlando. Breakfasts are awesome. Bear that in mind, Nigel. Thank you very much. Sir, I'd rather go Canada than America. Honestly, it really does just... If the whole purpose of the trip, it's not necessarily for, like, tourism to go and look around or anything, like, we are literally going to be staying in the cheapest place where we can get the cheapest flights to. The whole attraction of going is the time zone, that's it. So it's wherever's the cheapest to fly to. We're just looking for the cheapest possible, ideally direct flights to the US. In an ideal world, my missus would love to go to... I forget where it is now. She'll kill me if I don't know. There's a place that she watches Vampire Diaries. I don't know if anyone's wife or if any of the women in the chat who are watching, if you guys watch Vampire Diaries. I'm pretty sure it's a very... I've never known a bloke to watch it, if I'm dead honest with you. It's proper trash TV. Let's call it that. Proper trashy TV. But yeah, she there's a place that she really wants to go where they filmed Vampire Diaries. She's sad. She's worse than me. Stoppage time, 5+ minutes. Yeah, Mazraoui's just been booked. Everton had one job, bro. I know. They've struggled, haven't they? DN says, I hope England win, but I don't really back a lot of our players playing the Premier. It'll be too hot there. Come on. 3 minutes left for Everton. Harry, does that mean you'll need a work visa? Yes, I probably would need a work visa for 6 weeks in the US. Yeah. I don't know, though. I don't know how it'd work. Possibly. Big chance for United on the counter-attack here. It's basically 3-on-4. Sesko's in again. Should be 2. He's rounded the keeper. No, good claim from Pickford. Now Sesko's just got hold of it. Easy. Easy peasy. Foxy says international drive's a great spot in Orlando. It's just one gigantic road where there's everything there. They have all-you-can-eat buffets. And Jackie Wheeler, come on United. Well, Everton now on the counter-attack. Come on, Everton. Hit it. Strike. Oh, good save from Lamons. Unlucky. Better that. That was better from Tyreek George. Did well there. Picked the ball up from deep and really just drove at the heart of United. There's still 2 and a bit minutes to go. Maybe there is one last chance for Everton. Maybe there is one last chance in this game. Come on. Get it in the box. How many? They've got 1, 2. They've only got 3 players in the box, Everton. You've got to commit more than that. Why have you got 3 players sat on the edge of the box? Get them in the area. You're never, ever going to get a late equaliser unless you commit bodies in the box. You've got to do better. It's so poor, this. You've literally got 2 in there now. Great ball into Dewsbury Hall. Spun. That's going to be a corner. Corner, surely. Oh, Cunha. Look at Cunha. Look at Cunha. Look at Cunha. Oh, my God. I'd love nothing more than these lads to drop points here. He's so detestable, isn't he, Cunha? He's so unlikable. That was so unnecessary as well. So unnecessary. Don't think Donald and Melania are taking booking to the White House, Key. Mike says, lovely bloke. I know, poor that, wasn't it? Really poor. And now Cunha's been taken off, probably for his own protection, to be honest. Reece says, guessing you wouldn't have a pint with Cunha then, Key. I just think it's so unnecessary. It's just so, like... There's a reason that expression is really important. Pride goeth before a fall. And I'm telling you, you know, Michael Jordan said it as well. Michael Jordan said it's easy to chat shit when you're 1-0 up when you're winning. I mean, Michael Jordan didn't say 1-0. But it's easy to chat shit when you're winning. It's even harder to do it when you're losing. And I've never seen him do it. I've never seen him give people grief when they're losing. I think he's been quite an underwhelming signing, to be honest, Cunha. A very talented player, but 70 million quid? Not for me. Here's Illiman and Die. Last chance saloon for Everton. Got to get the ball in, and it's got to be a good one. It's hung up to the far post. Header, and it's out for a corner. That's got to be a corner to Everton. Is it a corner to Everton? Oh, my God. What are you doing, referee? Had to be a corner. That had to be a corner. Reminds me of the David Luiz on the floor smile. Yeah. Proper shitbag behaviour, innit? There you go. Oh, Daddy also Spurs fans chatting off shit for a team that loses. Well, hey, listen, fair play to United. Credit where it's due. Benjamin Sesko's a really good goal. Disappointing from a Liverpool perspective. But I think that is pretty much that. And it is. There you go. Game over. It's finished. Benjamin Sesko off the bench to save United again. He's gained United 4 points. 4 points in the last 2 games. He came off the bench to save him against West Ham. And he came off the bench again to win it against Everton. He's becoming that sort of a player. Not a player that Carrick counts on from the start. But a player that maybe can be a difference maker from the bench. It's a lot of money to pay for a bench player. But there you go. Man United take the win. They go 3 points clear of Liverpool and Chelsea. Still a long, long way to go in this season, though I still don't think they finish ahead of either Liverpool or Chelsea. But there you go. What a dead game that was, says the pride of Merseyside. Foxy says Cunha's a good player, but I also think too much of a moments player. Not one to depend on, but will contribute, through the season. Shell says, never mind, night. Take it easy, Shell. Listen, we've had a good night. We've had a great chat. We've had a lot of fantastic quizzes. I appreciate everyone in the chat. Really, thank you so much for all the likes, the comments, the shares. If you haven't yet, make sure you leave a like on the way out on YouTube and Twitch and TikTok, wherever you are. Make sure you've followed. We're live again tomorrow, as we are every single day on this channel. That's what we do. We watch football together. More watch-alongs than any other channel. When all the other channels are just focusing on the big games, the big six. Yeah. No, we're watching Bodo Glimt against Inter tomorrow. We'll be watching Benfica Real Madrid on Wednesday. We'll be watching Crystal Palace against Zrinski Mostar on Thursday. We'll be watching Villa against Wolves on Friday night. And then we're back with Liverpool West Ham on Saturday, followed by Leeds City. And then on Sunday, we're doing Manchester United against Crystal Palace, followed by Arsenal Chelsea. That is the next week of fixtures on Premier League, Dad. I'll be live for every single one of them. Make sure you've hit the like button. Make sure you've subscribed. And have a lovely, lovely Monday night. Enjoy the rest of your Monday night, whatever you've got left of it. We're on nearly 10 o'clock, so probably not much. But have a good night. Take it easy, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Ta-da.